Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Lovington Lady Cat Basketball from New Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports. Tonight's game is brought to you by Bob's Thriftway, Devon Energy, the Lee County Electric Cooperative, Lovington Auto Supply, Stone Oilfield Service, Eunice Pump and Supply, the First American Bank of Lovington, the Lovington Schools, and Western States Insurance. I'm TJ Miracle live from Wildcat Gym as the Lady Cats get ready to open the second half of district. They come in at 2-1 to face Artesia, who is also 2-1. A three-way tie atop the district race, so the last three games of the regular season going to be incredibly important for these Lovington Lady Cats. Now, just a quick note, the Lady Cats will be without the services of their leading scorer tonight. Liz Buendia is out, so a little bit of an injury. Hopefully she'll be back for the rest of the district season, but she is out tonight, so the Lady Cats going to be losing the scoring there from Buendia. Buendia averaging over 17 points per game. That is going to be a lot of offense that they are going to have to replace. So somebody is going to have to step up. The Lady Cats already running a little shorthanded, of course, with the season-ending injury earlier in the year to Abigail Schaus. And so now the Lady Cats, the Magnificent Seven, out there again tonight. We'll talk more about that as we continue our Stone Oilfield Services pregame show. Of course, on the other side of the line are the Artesia Lady Bulldogs. They come in at 16-6 on the year, 2-1 in district, number 5 right now in Class 4A. Lovington is ranked number 9th. Now, when we were here 1 week ago to wrap up the first half of district, it was a top 5 battle as Lovington, still ranked number 9, knocked off number 4 Portales. So Lovington not getting a lot of love out of that big win they had against Portales the other evening. But a big game, and Liz Buendia led the way in that one, 28 points. She absolutely erupted in that contest. Of course, as we mentioned, no Buendia tonight for the Lady Cats. Aubrey Aranda had a good game too. She chipped in 12 in that effort, had 7 points for Malaya Castro, 6 points for Erlyn Salcido, and 2 points for Luisa Cardenas. The Lady Cats really dominated in that ball game. They got out to the early lead and then stretched it out and then fought off the then fourth-ranked Portales Lady Rams. I believe they're still fourth, actually, so they're getting an awful lot of love. Lovington forced 20 turnovers in that game. That the only thing they didn't win at was rebounding. They got out-rebounded 18-16 in the game. But really, when you look at it, not that bad. And when you get the win by 11 points, well, that's important, especially when you look if, these three teams were to stay tied through the end of the district season, well, then you go to points and then you have a playoff. So, yeah, there's just a lot of things that I know we'll be talking about next week, especially as we get ready for the district tournaments. Now, of course, these two teams met 2 weeks ago at the Bulldog Pit in Artesia, and it was a back-and-forth affair, a back-and-forth struggle in that one. Lovington falling 50-45 in that ball game. Big game, though, again for Liz Buendia, 18 points in the loss. Malaya Castro chipped in 15, 6 points for Ashlyn Barunda, then a bucket for Aubrey Aranda, a bucket for Myra Castro, and a bucket for Carly Greben as well. They're going to need some girls to step up tonight as they are missing Buendia. Now, in that game against the Lady Bulldogs, Lovington had a very good game, but Artesia was just really kind of too much for them inside and outside. They were led by Jenna Whitmire, who had 16 points in that ball game, only 2 from beyond the arc, only 6 points from beyond the arc, but still, she is really their deadliest outside shooter. Kimber Beltran with 10 in that game. She's not afraid to put them in either. And you've got to be aware of Lauren Wagner underneath. Wagner chipped in 14, and I think every one of them just kind of a little pick and move in the low post, and she laid it up and in. So going to be important for Lovington to try to defend against that tonight. But when you're running with a short bench, only 7 players on the floor, things might get just a little bit iffy on that. But I have a feeling Coach Chief Bridgeforth has got a plan for it. We'll take a timeout, come back, and continue as Lady Cat basketball continues. This is your Stone Oilfield Services pregame show on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com.
Attention shoppers, Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
Devon Energy is proud to support the athletic programs of Lovington High School this season. By partnering with local schools in Lovington, Devon is making an investment in the long-term future of the community. Sports teach discipline, teamwork, and leadership. Skills our youth will use to succeed for a lifetime. From the Devon team to yours, Devon Energy wishes you good luck this season, both on the field and in the classroom. Go Wildcats!
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called SmartHub. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime, with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the SmartHub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcecnet.com and look for the SmartHub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with SmartHub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
It's no secret, at some point you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle is new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that help keeps your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Napa, get up and go.
Stone Oilfield Services says many traffic fatalities may be caused by an intoxicated driver. So do yourself and your community a favor and remember the 3 C's of safety: caution, courtesy, and above all, common sense. Safe and sober driving is everyone's responsibility. That message was from Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington, a name you can trust and depend on. For quality and integrity, call 575-396-1840. From the Stone family and staff at Stone Oilfield Services.
And welcome back to your Stone Oilfield Services pregame show. For all of your needs out in the patch, give Mr. Stone and his whole crew a call. They will take care of you out in the patch. That's Stone Oilfield Services, proud supporters of all Lovington athletics, and we're proud to have them with us here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel, HobbsAmerica.com, and the Z94 KZOR Facebook page. I'm TJ Miracle, flying solo tonight. Dawn Morgan is on assignment. I'm actually not solo. We've got the entire crew here from Gomez Pro AV providing our video stream and feeding tonight. All the camera work done by his crew. We appreciate them very much. It is basketball homecoming tonight for the Lovington Lady Cats. It will be the last home game of the regular season. They will, I'm almost 100% positive they will have a district tournament home game, but important that you get the wins here at home, because, you know, right now, if the playoffs were to start today, Lovington would not have a home game, at least based on the Max Preps matrix. I looked at the coaches poll, and I believe Lovington was 7th in that one. So, I mean, if you take it in between 8th, would get them a home seed. But you don't want to have to worry about that. They are going to have to come out firing on all cylinders tonight, because, again, they are shorthanded with no Liz Buendia out injured, at least for tonight. Hopefully she will be back later in the season. Starting 5 tonight for the visiting Lady Bulldogs of Artesia. It'll be number 20, Kaylee Padilla, number 22, Jenna Whitmire, number 23, Kimber Beltran, number 32, Hattie Harrison, and number 5, Lauren Wagner. The rest of the bench for Coach Jeff Hodling's Lady Bulldogs are number 11, Aubrey Zamaron, number 12, Brooklyn Thacker, number 14, Carmen Harvey, number 15, Ediana Montoya, number 21, Ashton Kraft, number 24, Abigail Houseshield, and that is the bench for the Lady Bulldogs. Again, Padilla, Whitmire, Beltran, Harrison, and Wagner, the starting 5 tonight for the Artesia Lady Bulldogs. For your Lovington Lady Cats, it's the Magnificent 7 out there again tonight. In the starting 5, will be number 5, Aubrey Aranda, number 10, Myra Castro, number 12, Malaya Castro, number 14, Ashlyn Barunda, and number 24, Erlin Salcido. Rest of the bench tonight, yeah, like I said, it's a little bit light. Number 3, Luisa Cardenas, and number 22, Carly Greben. That's the bench tonight. We might see Carly Knapp out there after the JV game wraps up, so she would be available in the second half. So, of course, the Cats, led by long time and now back in his second year, is Chief Bridgeforth, 15-8 on the season, but more importantly, 2-1 in district. A three-way tie atop the district race with Lovington, Artesia, and Portales. Portales, you got to think they're probably going to knock off Goddard tonight, and so the winner of this game will still be tied for first after tonight. As the Lady Cats continue their warm-ups, Artesia has already gone back to their locker room. Just great to have you with us. Of course, Lovington Sports YouTube channel. Please subscribe. Remember, once we get another 1,000 subscribers, so 2,000 total, I'll pull another $100 out of my pocket and give it to one subscriber at random. It's not coming from the great sponsors. It's not coming from the stations. It's coming from me personally. It's just my way of saying thank you for watching and subscribing to the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. Of course, we've got all those great sponsors. They make it possible for us to do this without having to charge you like so many places do. We don't think that's right to watch your kids play, and those sponsors make sure we don't have to do that. We don't have to ask you for donations either. A lot of broadcasters are doing that now. We don't have to, thanks to those great folks you see at the bottom of your screen, and you're hearing their spots, and we couldn't do it without their help and support. As the two teams are heading out to their respective free throw lines, getting ready for the playing of the national anthem, we'll wrap up your Stone Oilfield Services pregame show. Stone Oilfield Services, for all your oil field needs. The good folks at Stone Oilfield Services, W.H. Stone and his crew, give them a call, and we're proud to have them supporting the Lovington Wildcats and Lady Cats. We'll come back for the tip-off. This is the Lovington Lady Cats from the Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports video provided by Gomez Pro AV.
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
When it comes to your hard-earned money, selecting the right bank is vital. Hi, I'm David Campbell, president of First American Bank in Lovington. First American Bank in Lovington is part of this community, so bank with trusted partners you know, and trusted partners that are part of this area we call home. First American Bank offers all the advantages big corporate banks do, and we do our banking with hometown support and commitment. Choose First American Bank, 19 West Washington in Lovington. We want to earn your trust, then earn your business.
Lovington Schools proudly supports their athletic teams and wants to encourage all teachers, students, and staff to keep pressing on. Wildcats, you are winners on and off of the court. Lovington Municipal Schools are proud of holding the utmost and highest standards. Go out there and be proud to be part of the Big Blue. For more information on what is happening now at Lovington Schools, log on to lovingtonschools.net and bet you won't be disappointed. Go Big Blue. 3 claps and a woo!
Western States Insurance.
Why choose Western States Insurance as your independent insurance agent? Because Western States Insurance is more than an insurance agency. They're a people agency dedicated to the insurance needs of their customers. Western States Insurance is large enough to provide the products you demand and small enough to offer you personal service.
We've got you covered. Western States Insurance.
Call 396-1318 or go by 212 North Love in Lovington.
Devon Energy is proud to support the athletic programs of Lovington High School this season. By partnering with local schools in Lovington, Devon is making an investment in the long-term future of the community. Sports teach discipline, teamwork, and leadership. Skills our youth will use to succeed for a lifetime. From the Devon team to yours, Devon Energy wishes you good luck this season, both on the field and in the classroom. Go Wildcats!
Attention shoppers, Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called Smart Hub. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the Smart Hub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcecnet.com and look for the Smart Hub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with Smart Hub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
And welcome back to Lovington Lady Cat basketball from Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports. I'm TJ Miracle. Thanks for being with us tonight from here at Wildcat Gym. Final home game of the regular season for the Lady Cats as they open the second half of District 2-1 in the district race against the 2-1 Artesia Lady Bulldogs. A quick note and a quick thank you to the Lovington Lady Cats and the Lovington Lady Cat Basketball Booster Club for bringing us some nice goodie bags. Just to say thank you. Well, that kind of chokes me up just a little bit, and we are very appreciative of that, and we are happy that we get to do this. For the visiting Lady Bulldogs of Artesia, they will be in the road blacks with the orange letters and numbers, and Artesia in block lettering on the front of the jerseys. For your Lovington Lady Cats, they are in the home whites with the blue trim and the blue letters and numbers. Wildcats are actually Lady Cats in block lettering on the front. So it's the Cats and the Dogs, Artesia and Lovington, and it's going to be a good one. For the Lady Bulldogs, it'll be McKaylee Padilla, Jenna Whitmire, Kimber Beltran, Hattie Harrison, and Lauren Wagner. And for your Lady Cats, it'll be Aranda Castro, Barunda, and Salcido. It'll be Salcido to take the jump against Harrison on the Big Blue Cat at center court. And we are underway. Our video done tonight by Gomez Pro AV and his crew, and the opening tip-off will be controlled by Artesia. It'll be Whitmire with it. She will hand it off to Padilla, and she'll toss it near side to Beltran. Beltran just works it back around. Padilla to Whitmire. Whitmire, a long cross-court pass near side, gets it back to Beltran. Top of the arc to Padilla, and they're just going to play ring around the arc, looks like, as we get underway. Throw it inside to Harrison, gets it underneath to Wagner, who will put it up and in. Wagner killed us on that one at their place, and she picks up right where she left off. Full court press is on, and the Lady Cats bobble the basketball back into the hands of Artesia. Missing the point-blank layup as Whitmire will get the rebound, and the ball will wind up out of bounds. So Whitmire missing the shot, but the steal, and Lovington dodges a bullet. 7:23 remaining in the first. Lady Cat basketball into Malaya. She'll turn on the Jets, break the press, go into the middle, get it to Salcido, coming through on the lane and up and in for Erlin. And we are tied at 2 apiece. Out of the pressure, get it to Whitmire. She'll flip it around to Wagner. Takes it to the right elbow, leaves it for Beltran. Right wing for 3. That one is off the mark. Wagner is there with the rebound, and she'll drive in, and her putback is good. She's got all 4 on the board right now for Artesia. They take the 4-2 lead. The full court press is on to Barunda. She works against Padilla. Barunda bouncing it over to Malaya. Malaya to Myra. Now in, getting it into the high post, almost losing it. Barunda is there to save it from Salcido. Push it back out to Myra, going to back it up between the rings. Myra pushes it over to Aranda, throws it over to the right elbow. Barunda off of the glass, no good. Salcido there with the rebound. She'll trigger it out with Malaya, and they'll reset. Get it into the left block. Now driving baseline underneath to Salcido. And Erlin gets her own rebound off of the miss and puts it back up and in. Salcido ties things up at 4 apiece. Good hard fight inside for Salcido. 4 all, 2 minutes into this one. To Beltran. The Lady Cat's going to try and trap her up in the corner. Loses the ball on the floor, but rolls it into the hands of Harrison. Her shot up, no good, but she's fouled. She'll go to the line for 2. Carly Knapp has joined the Lovington bench. That's a good thing. And the foul going to be called on Barunda, her first personal, first team foul. And it'll put Harrison at the line to shoot 2. 4 all. 6:05 remaining in the first. First one up for Harrison and no good. And our score remains 4 apiece. So Harrison will get the ball back. Eyes it, skies it. That one up, that one no good. And the rebound going to be made by Barunda. Nice job for Ashland, and a whistle sounds. And knocked out of bounds, looks like. Yep, but it'll stay Lovington basketball. Artesia going to go in the full court press. Maleo will get it into Aranda, who has to take it all the way back to the baseline. Uses up the dribble, gets it to Salcido. Erlin with a little room. She'll take it into the front court, and she's going to get fouled. A little bump foul going to be called there, and the push, I think, on Beltran. Let's see for sure. Yep, it will be on Beltran. Kimber's first personal, first team foul on Artesia. That one is on the floor. So it'll be Lovington basketball in front of the Artesia bench. Maleo will look to inbound it, toss it back to the timeline, get it into Aranda. All tied at 4. Aubrey, a little crossover move, takes it to the left wing, hands it off to Castro. Maleo runs into a wall, has to hand it off to Myra. Then they'll toss it over. Aranda, left corner, 3 on the way, in and out. But it'll be Salcido there with the rebound, but then it is going to be stolen away by Artesia. Second turnover for the Lady Cats. Just stripped away from her by Padilla. Padilla to Beltran. Back into the Artesia offensive zone. Working it to Whitmire. She'll move around. Long cross-court pass to Beltran. Get it into Harrison in the right block, and she travels, took an extra step before she put the shot up. First turnover for Artesia. So Lovington gets the ball back. They've dodged a couple bullets here early. We're tied at 4 apiece. Full court press is on. They'll find a little soft spot in it. Get it to Barunda. Ashland to the front court. She'll pull the trigger on the 3. Top of the arc, and bang! Ashland Barunda drains the tray and will put Lovington up 7-4. Little backcourt pressure for the Wildcats, and moving through and putting it up and in, and just somehow finding herself all alone was Hattie Harrison. It's Artesia back to within 1. 7-6 our score. Business is picking up, as they say. Myra to the front court, will hand it off to Aranda. Aranda, a little hesitation move, then she'll get a screen from Salcido, hand it off to Malaya. Castro to Castro, that's Myra, top of the arc. Flip it over to Aranda, deep left corner, push it back out to Myra. Then they'll get it to Salcido. 15 foot from the right corner, it is an air ball, and knocked away at the last second by Aranda. Since it doesn't touch anything, it officially goes in the books as a turnover for the Lady Cats. 4.5 minutes to go here in the first. Of course, immediately following this one, we'll have the Lovington boys and the Artesia boys game. They'll push it in. Harrison, with a lot of room, will just drive straight through to the paint. She's fouled, missed the shot, but Barunda going to pick up a second quick personal. That'll be the second team foul on the Lady Cats, and it'll put Harrison back at the line for 2 more. Harrison with 2 points in the ball game, puts the first one up and ties this one up at 7 apiece. As checking in will be Luisa Cardenas and Carly Greben. As coming out are Aranda and Barunda. So Harrison at the line, made the first, will eye the second, puts it up, and that one is good. And that'll put Artesia back up by a score of 8-7. 4:20 remaining here in the first. If you're just joining us, no Liz Buendia tonight. She is out injured. So in street clothes, so a big loss. That's the leading score for the Lady Cats. Myra almost losing the basketball to Cardenas. Thinks about the 3 and then drives the baseline, but takes an extra slide before she started her drive. That'll be the 4th turnover for Lovington. Trailing by a point, 8-7, right at the halfway mark of this first quarter. Padilla almost loses it. He'll pick it back up, push it over to Beltran. It gives it back to Padilla. Lovington back. Looks like they're trying to keep Artesia out of things. To Beltran in the deep left corner. Give it into the low post for Wagner. She'll miss the shot, get her own rebound. Her putback won't go. And a wild fight for it, and out of bounds on the far side. As Greben was fighting with Whitmire over there. Winds up going out of bounds off Whitmire, so give it back to Lovington. So Lovington basketball. Now Artesia going to drop back in defense. 2-1-2 zone look. Now they're going to move into a man zone, or a woman zone looks like. Throw the fastball. Salcido was going to the post, and Myra thought she was going to the right base and thrown away. 5th turnover for Lovington. You can't keep giving Artesia this many opportunities. They lead at 8-7, 3:20 remaining in the first. To the front court, Padilla uses up the dribble to Whitmire on the far sideline. Back to Padilla, come to Beltran in front of the Lovington bench on the right. Back to the left with Whitmire. They're going to try and work Wagner and Harrison in underneath. Give it to Beltran from the free throw line. Turnaround jumper and rattles home. Beltran with the 15-footer makes it a 10-7 lead. Artesia up by 3, their biggest lead of the ball game. Castro runs the point. Myra to the front court. Works against Padilla. Gets it to Malaya. Throw it into Salcido. Left base. Turnaround from 15. That one is off the mark. Ball goes out of bounds. And last touch by Wagner. Wagner was under there fighting with Malaya for it. So Lovington keeps the ball in the offensive end. To Cardenas. To Castro, back to Cardenas, moving around, pushes to the free throw line. Greben, little 15-foot push shot up, no good, and it'll be Harrison with the rebound, her first. Lovington drops back in defense, trailing by 3, 10-7. 2.5 remaining to Beltran, looks back to Coach Hodling. He'll tell him what he wants to run. To Padilla to Whitmire. Whitmire throwing the fastball to Beltran. Beltran to the left block. No look out to Padilla on the right wing. She jumps and travels a little jump as she was bobbling it. Second turnover for Artesia. So give it back to Lovington. Trailing by 3, 2:20 remaining here in the first. I'm TJ Miracle. Dawn Morgan on assignment tonight. Tiffany V keeping an eye and ear on things back at One Radio Square, Gomez Pro AV. And we're going to have an offensive foul called on Erlyn Salcido on the offense. That'll be her first personal, third team foul on Lovington, but their 6th turnover. Ouch. Aubrey Aranda going to check back into the ball game. She'll come in for Myra Castro. Of course, every Lady Cat tonight going to be seeing significant time. With Buendia out and Greben, I have a feeling, is not available till the second half because of the JV game. Whitmire from Padilla into the front court. Lovington in a 2-3 zone look with 2 minutes remaining. To Beltran as Castro gets out on her. Padilla between the rings. Artesia going to be content to just wait and see what develops. Padilla uses up the dribble back to the top of the arc. With Beltran to Padilla, throw it over to Whitmire, wide open, 3 on the way from the left wing. Kisses off the glass. Aranda got a hand on it but couldn't control it, so Artesia keeps the basketball. And I mentioned it earlier, you do not want to keep giving Artesia this many chances. Beltran to inbound it, gets it to Padilla, top of the arc. She backs it up between the rings. 99 seconds to go in the first. Whitmire with it, Cardenas out on her, takes a swipe at the ball. To Harrison in the deep right corner, back to Padilla to Harrison. To Beltran from the left block, throws it up. Harrison somehow gets it, puts up a shot, clanks off the bottom of the glass. Ball loose on the floor. Whitmire will fall and flail for it and come up with it. And they'll go in, and missing the shot is Wagner, and the rebound going to be made by Salcido when a whistle sounds. Did they call jump ball? That's the question. Or is it a foul? And it will be a foul. Going to call the hold on, I believe, Hattie Harrison. That'll be her first personal. Third team foul on the Lady Bulldogs. They called one a minute ago on Lauren Wagner that I missed. So 1:13 to go here in the first. A fast-moving first. Lovington trails Artesia 10-7. The inbound from Cardenas to Malaya. Castro tells Castro something quickly, and then he'll bring it across the timeline. Toss it over in front of the bench, and they throw the fastball in off the shoulder of Salcido, and it'll be into the hands of Halshield, who just checked into the ball game. Under a minute to play. Artesia up by 3, and it'll be Bulldog basketball. Harrison tossing it over to Whitmire. Greben gets to her quickly. Whitmire takes it to the left block. Little hook shot, push shot, and Salcido gets the rebound, but then has it poked away from behind and fighting to try and keep her hand on it. Goes out of bounds, and it'll stay Artesia basketball. Barunda and Myra check back in. Cardenas and Aranda check out. Harrison will get it into Halshield. Back to Beltran. Beltran goes into the paint. Her shot up, no good, and Barunda not able to corral the rebound, and so Artesia gets another shot at it with 41 seconds to go. Whitmire will check out, and Ashton Kraft comes in for the Lady Bulldogs. Beltran to pull the trigger, gets it into Kraft. Back to Beltran, deep left corner for 3. That one off the mark, and it'll be into the hands of the Lady Cats with Greben. Throwing it forward. Myra saves it. Greben gets it back over near side to Malaya. Beltran on her tight. Now they put 3 on her. Give it to Greben. Takes it to the near right block. Puts up a shot. No good. Trying to save it is Barunda, but saves it right into the hands of McKaylee Padilla. 15 seconds to go. Both teams have gone cold on the scoring end. We've been sitting at 10-7 for about 3.5 minutes. To Kraft on the far side. Back to Padilla with 5, with 4, with 3. to Beltran, to Padilla, to Kraft. She'll pull the trigger on the three-pointer, and that one bounces around, and she gets it at the buzzer. Are you kidding me? Wow, so counted at the buzzer, and we have played one from here at Wildcat Gym, and the Lady Cats trailing the Lady Bulldogs 13-7. We'll be back in 1 minute as Lady Cat basketball continues on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel, HobbsAmerica.com.
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
When it comes to your hard-earned money, selecting the right bank is vital. Hi, I'm David Campbell, president of First American Bank in Lovington. First American Bank in Lovington is part of this community, so bank with trusted partners you know, and trusted partners that are part of this area we call home. First American Bank offers all the advantages big corporate banks do, and we do our banking with hometown support and commitment. Choose First American Bank, 19 West Washington in Lovington. We want to earn your trust, then earn your business.
Back here at Wildcat Gym, second quarter underway as the Lady Cats trailing the Lady Bulldogs 13-7. 1 point they led it 7-6, but it's been all Artesia since then. Tuberund in the right corner and took a slide step. And an 8 turnover for Lovington. Of course, Lovington even more shorthanded tonight than usual with Buendia out injured. So for the first half, they've only got 2 girls on the bench. Castro, Barunda, Salcido, and Greben on the floor to start the quarter for the Lady Cats. Whitmire and Padilla just going to play catch. They'll throw it into Harrison, and Malaya picks her pocket. Third turnover as Malaya takes it coast to coast. A little hesitation move, puts up the shot, but they say she slid the pivot foot. Oh, no. 9th turnover for Lovington. So the teams trade turnovers. That might have been a momentum swinger. But instead, it just puts the ball back in the hands of the Lady Bulldogs. Beltran to Harrison in the deep right corner. Myra on her. She'll poke it away and right into the hands of Malaya. Malaya tossing it to Barunda over Ashland's head. Tries to save it, and it'll go into the hands of Malaya in the right corner for 3. In and out. Fight for the rebound. Greben winds up with it and gives it off to Salcido. Work it back out to Malaya for 3. That one is off the mark, and from the tip, it'll wind up in the hands of Padilla. Lovington missing some golden opportunities. Back to the offensive end for the Lady Bulldogs. Whitmire with it, giving her some space. Is Barunda out there with 2 fouls, and Lovington with the short bench. To Whitmire, to Beltran, right corner for 3. That one is off the mark, and it'll be Barunda with the rebound, her second. Barunda leaves it off for Myra. Myra into the front court. Padilla picks her up as she crosses the timeline. Uses up the dribble, tries to bounce it inside to Salcido, but poked away and into the hands of Harrison. 10th turnover for Lovington. As Coach Chief Bridgeforth just kind of shakes the head a little bit. Whitmire controls it as Artesia back across the timeline. Beltran to the free throw line with Wagner. Now to Harrison in the right corner. Back out to Beltran, who directs traffic, and now to Padilla. Padilla pushes it to Wagner. Left corner as Greben comes over to keep an eye on her. 13-7 is the score. With 5:50 remaining first half. Harrison with it tipped and into the hands of Barunda. Forces the 5th turnover. Ashland goes through traffic, has the ball swatted away. Gets it back. Throw the fastball into Salcido. Get it to Myra. Get it to Barunda. Right block. And the 12-footer no good. And it'll be Harrison with her second board of the ball game. You know, the Lady Cats right now just cannot buy a bucket and haven't been able to in about a quarter's worth of time. To Wagner in the right corner. The Lady Cat defense and rebounding has done a nice job. Get it to Wagner. Takes it onto the right baseline. Picks up the dribble. Puts up a wild shot. And wind up in the hands of Carly Greben. That's her 3rd board of the ball game. Greben leaves it off for Malaya. Crossing the timeline, bouncing it to Barunda. She'll take it to the right block, uses up the dribble, tries to bounce it back out to Salcido. Nobody home except for Jenna Whitmire, and Whitmire will take it coast to coast off the turnover and lay it up and in. Her first points of the ball game. And timeout taken by Coach Chief Bridgeforth. 4:56 remaining in the first. Artesia 15, Lovington 7. We will be back. This is Lady Cat basketball from New Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports.
Lovington Schools proudly supports their athletic teams and wants to encourage all teachers, students, and staff to keep pressing on. Wildcats, you are winners on and off of the court. Lovington Municipal Schools are proud of holding the utmost and highest standards. Go out there and be proud to be part of the Big Blue. For more information on what is happening now at Lovington Schools, log on to lovingtonschools.net and bet you won't be disappointed. Go Big Blue. 3 claps and a woo!
Western States Insurance.
Why choose Western States Insurance as your independent insurance agent? Because Western States Insurance is more than an insurance agency. They're a people agency dedicated to the insurance needs of their customers. Western States Insurance is large enough to provide the products you demand and small enough to offer you personal service.
We've got you covered. Western States Insurance.
Call 396-1318 or go by 212 North Love in Lovington.
Out of the Lady Cat timeout, it will be Lovington basketball. Welcome back to Wildcat Country here at Wildcat Gym. I'm TJ Miracle. The Lady Cats find themselves trailing by 8 with 4:51 to go in the first half. To Cardenas, who checks in off the timeout. She'll take it to the free throw line. She works against House Shield to Salcido. Salcido to Aranda and gives her a little screen while she's at it. Back to Cardenas. 3 from the top of the arc. That one off the mark. As Salcido is there, the rebound, the putback, no good, but it'll put Erlin at the line where she will shoot 2. First trip to the line tonight for the Lady Cats. Let's see for sure who they're going to whistle that one up on. And they are going to say that's on Whitmire, her first personal. First team foul in the quarter for either team. So Salcido at the line trying to cut into the 8-point lead. First one up for Erlin and in and out. And we have been stuck at 7 since about this point in the first quarter, about 4:33. Second on the way for Salcido, and she gets that one to fall. And that'll put Lovington on the board here in the second quarter, 15-8. Back to a 7-point lead. Wagner using up the dribble, still behind the timeline. To Padilla, back to Wagner. They'll try and trap her up to Padilla. Give it to Whitmire. She'll take it through the paint, goes up on the right side of the glass, and will lay it up and in. They left Whitmire open, and she made him pay. She found the lane and took it. So now a 9-point lead for the Lady Bulldogs. Aranda picks up the dribble to Cardenas, right wing. Her 3 on the way and off the glass, and bang! Luisa Cardenas drains the tray. It's Lovington back to within 6. 17-11, under halfway here in the second quarter. Throw it in, tipped away, but into the hands of Padilla. Padilla takes it to the left block. Turnaround from 12. That one is off the mark. Fight for it, and House Shield with the rebound. But she's fouled. She'll go to the line to shoot 2. They're going to call the push foul on Malaya, her first personal. First team foul on Lovington. But House Shield to the line, her first trip to the stripe. She's got a rebound, but looking to get into the scoring book. Beltran and Harrison wait to check in for Artesia. First one on the way for House Shield is in and out. So the score remains 17-11, 3:44 to go here in the first. It's Myra Castro and Ashlyn Barun to check in for Lovington. As Malaya and Salcido head to the bench. House Shield at the line, puts up the second one. That one is off the mark, but it'll be Whitmire coming away with the rebound, her third. They'll reset out to Padilla, 17-11 score. Push it over to the near side to Harvey, who just checked into to House Shield, back to Padilla between the rings. She'll dribble it over, direct traffic from the left wing. Get it to Harvey, then to House Shield. House Shield, a little jump into Padilla, top of the arc. Crosses over, goes left hand, back to right. And cycles back between the rings. To Harvey, back to Padilla. 3:10 remaining in the first half. So Harvey controls, gets it over to Whitmire in the right corner in front of the Lovington bench. Artesia is just going to wait until Lovington gives them something here. Taking the air out of the basketball. Throw it in, give it to Whitmire at the right elbow. Toss it to House Shield on the right baseline. Out to Harvey, and they just reset a 6-point lead for Artesia. They're going to be content just to kill as much of the clock as they can. Lovington not really pushing the issue yet. Long cross court pass to House Shield from the left wing, and it'll be an air ball and into the hands of Myra Castro. Myra waits for everybody to drop back in defense, then toss it to Cardenas from the left wing this time for three. That one is off the mark, and it'll be Aubrey coming away with it. Aranda's first. She'll turn around for three, and bang! Aubrey Aranda, the step back tray. Lovington back to within three, 17-14, 2:11 to go here in the first half. Artesia has it back in their offensive zone. Lovington keeping tight in the paint. Padilla top of the arc, a little jump pass to Whitmire, and a whistle sounds, and we have a 5-second violation. Yep, and the violation, that'll be the 7th turnover for Artesia, and give Lovington the ball back. They're going to check Beltran and Harrison back in. Greben comes in for Lovington. Be Myra Castro, Carly Greben, Ashlyn Barunda, Erlin Salcido, and Luisa Cardenas on the floor for your Lady Cats. Little backcourt pressure. Padilla works against Castro. Myra, a little hesitation move, hands it off to Barunda. Barunda to the top of the arc, uses up the dribble, needs some help. Dangerous pass, gets it to Myra. Back to Barunda, and she steps back and thinks about the tray, but doesn't follow through, and so it'll be a turnover for the Lady Cats. They're 12th. Myra Castro will check back in for Barunda. Padilla, Wagner, Whitmire, Harrison, and Beltran. It's the starting five on the floor for the Lady Bulldogs. 90 seconds to go, first half. Wagner, long cross-court pass to Whitmire. Greben gets to her quickly. Whitmire takes it to the high post, and her shot is blocked by Greben, but into the hands of Wagner. Out to Beltran from the right wing. That one is off the mark. Wagner is there with the rebound. Her putback no good, and then she'll be fouled. Couple of Lady Cats in the neighborhood. I think they may get Greben for that one, but we will see for sure. Actually, they're going to get Salcido for it. Erlin's second personal, second team foul. So Wagner goes to the line for two. First one for Wagner is up and clanks off the front of the iron. No good. So our score remains 17-14 in favor of the Lady Bulldogs. Wagner at the line, bends the knees, puts up the second one. That one falls off the mark, and it'll be Myra, yeah, that was Myra with the rebound, her first, but then a quick whistle. As they're going to call Hattie Harrison on a push on the rebound. Her second personal, second team foul on Artesia. 1:15 remaining here in the second quarter. Lovington trails by 3, 17-14. 1 point, we're down by 9. They've chipped into it. Cardenas hands it off to Castro. That's Malaya. Beltran on her, and she'll step back from WNBA distance, and bang! Malaya Castro ties the ball game with the three ball from the right wing. 17 apiece, and Greben knocks it away from Whitmire. Almost had the hand on it as the two 22s go at each other. Lovington going to try and pick up the intensity a little bit here before half. Artesia, they stay true to form. They're just going to go pass, pass, pass. Instead, they go into Harrison on the left base. She'll put it up off the bottom of the rim, and it'll wind up in Malaya's hands. Castro to Castro, back to Malaya. Left wing, three on the way, and that one off the mark. Greben is there with the rebound. Her put back, count the bucket and the foul. Greben's fourth board of the ball game, and she is fouled. She'll head to the line for the and one and gets the foul on Wagner, her second. So now Carly to the line for three the old-fashioned way as Lovington takes the 19-17 lead. So Greben at the line. Puts up the and one and rolls it home. Lovington up by 3, 20-17. Whitmire across the timeline with 25 seconds to go. Flip it to Padilla in front of the scorer's table. Cycles between the rings, uses up the dribble to Beltran. To Padilla, throw it back over to Whitmire. 15 seconds to go. Whitmire wide open from long range. Doesn't take the shot. They're keeping a pretty good hand on Beltran, and we will have a 3-second or a 5-second violation. Second one on Artesia. That'll be their 8th turnover of the ball game. And give it back to the Lady Cats. They will have it in front of the student section. Lovington has fought back from 9 down and is now up by 3 with 5, with 4, with 3. Greben with it, goes in, throws it, gets it, and travels. Should have just taken the shot. I think she would have gotten the foul. That'll be the 13th turnover for Lovington. But Artesia just going to have about enough time to inbound it, and that's all. And we have played a half from here in Lovington, and the Lady Cats lead at halftime 20-17. We'll be back with your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show right after this. As Lady Cat basketball continues in a moment on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com.
Attention shoppers. Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
Devon Energy is proud to support the athletic programs of Lovington High School this season. By partnering with local schools in Lovington, Devon is making an investment in the long-term future of the community. Sports teach discipline, teamwork, and leadership. Skills our youth will use to succeed for a lifetime. From the Devon team to yours, Devon Energy wishes you good luck this season, both on the field and in the classroom. Go Wildcats!
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called Smart Hub. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime, with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the Smart Hub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcecnet.com and look for the Smart Hub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with Smart Hub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
It's no secret, at some point you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle is new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that help keeps your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Napa, get up and go. And welcome back to Wildcat Gym, halftime of the Lady Cats and the Lady Dogs. Second half of district opening tonight, 20-17. Lovington fought back from as much as 9 down to take the 3-point lead late in the half. This is your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show from the good folks at Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. When you need the Napa Know-How for your car, and trust me on this one, you're going to get it from the good folks at Lovington Auto Supply, proud supporters of the Lovington Wildcats and Lady Cats. Lovington Auto Supply and Napa, get up and go. And the Lady Cats, they finally got up and went. They found a second gear late in that second quarter and run out and take the lead, 20-17. So let's take a look at the numbers in the first half of this one. We will start with the visiting Artesia Lady Bulldogs. They got 3 girls tied atop the score sheet, with Lauren Wagner, Hattie Harrison, and Jenna Whitmire, all with 4 apiece. 3 points for Ashton Kraft, that three-pointer at the buzzer of the first quarter. And then Kimber Beltran with 2 points in the ball game. Artesia, un-Artesia-like from the free throw line, just 2 of 8 from the stripe. So I don't even have to be a math wizard to do the math on that one. 25% from the free throw line. Reading rebounders, Whitmire and Wagner each with 3. Only 11 rebounds in that first half for Artesia. They turned the ball over 8 times. Scored 13 in the first, but only 4 in the second. That's how they get to their 17 on the board. Turning the page for your Lovington Wildcats. Leading scorer right now is Erlyn Salcido. She has 5 in the books, and everybody else with 3. Cardenas, Aranda, Malaya Castro, Ashlyn Barunda, Carly Greben, each with 3 points in the ball game. So they've spread that out. Hey, any way you can get it, you'll take it. Lovington goes 2 of 3, 66% from the free throw line in that first half. Leading rebounder is Salcido. She has 6. Greben not far behind her with 4. 15 rebounds as a team in that first half. Lovington doing a pretty nice job cleaning off the glass. Lovington, little trouble hanging on to the basketball. 13 turnovers in that first half. 7 points in the first quarter, but scored 13 in the second. That's how they get out to their 3-point lead here at halftime. So for your Lovington Lady Cats, your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How keys to the second half. Just keep doing what you're doing. They have done a very nice job keeping a hand in the face of Whitmire and Beltran especially, and they fought hard underneath to really keep Harrison and Wagner from being able to dominate them in the low post. If they can keep doing that, it will be a good thing. They've got to be a little more careful with the basketball. There was a sequence there at the end of the first quarter and into the second quarter where they just seem to keep giving Artesia chance after chance after chance after chance after chance. Fortunately, Artesia not able to capitalize on most of those chances, and that let Lovington stay into this game. So they've got to take a little bit better care of the basketball. But other than that, they're doing a nice job. Girls are having to step up. Of course, with Liz Buendia being out tonight, they will have another bench player available in the second half as Carly Knapp up from the JV but played earlier, so she'll be available in the second half of this one, so that lengthens the bench just a little bit. Really nobody in foul trouble as Salcedo with 2, Barunda with 2, but they've got to make sure they don't pick up a couple of quick ones in the third quarter. That way they can continue just to go all out tonight. But hey, I think if you would have told Chief Bridgeforth, hey, your leading scorer is going to be out tonight, and of course you're not going to have Schaus all season, and you're only really going to have in the first half 2 girls on your bench. Oh, by the way, you're playing Artesia. What do you think the outcome is? I think he would have just kind of smiled. And then when you said, what if I told you you'd be up by 3, 20-17, I think I probably would have gotten that smile again and like, yeah, okay. Hey, sounds good to me. Hey, he knows how to coach them up, and these girls know how to play, but they're going to have to come out, and they're going to have to bring the same intensity in the second half that they did in the first. So 20-17 is our score. Lady Cats in the lead over the Artesia Lady Bulldogs as we will flip ends of the court. Big thanks, of course, to all of you at home watching, at home, in the car, wherever you happen to be tonight. Lovington Sports YouTube channel, HobbsAmerica.com, and on the Z94 KZOR Facebook page. Thanks to Tiff and Evie back in studio, keeping an eye and an ear on things at the madhouse that is One Radio Square. And thanks to Gomez Pro AV, Luis and his crew, providing our video cameras and angles for tonight. That's your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show from Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. When you need the Napa Know-How for your car, and trust me, you're going to, get it from the good folks at Lovington Auto Supply. Lovington Auto Supply and Napa, get up and go. And when we come back, we'll have the tip-off of the second half. Lady Cat basketball continues in a moment.
Stone Oilfield Services says many traffic fatalities may be caused by an intoxicated driver. So do yourself and your community a favor and remember the 3 C's of safety: caution, courtesy, and above all, common sense. Safe and sober driving is everyone's responsibility. That message was from Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington, a name you can trust and depend on. For quality and integrity, call 575-396-1840. From the Stone family and staff at Stone Oilfield Services.
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
When it comes to your hard-earned money, selecting the right bank is vital. Hi, I'm David Campbell, president of First American Bank in Lovington. First American Bank in Lovington is part of this community, so bank with trusted partners you know, and trusted partners that are part of this area we call home. First American Bank offers all the advantages big corporate banks do, and we do our banking with hometown support and commitment. Choose First American Bank, 19 West Washington in Lovington. We want to earn your trust, then earn your business.
Lovington Schools proudly supports their athletic teams and wants to encourage all teachers, students, and staff to keep pressing on. Wildcats, you are winners on and off of the court. Lovington Municipal Schools are proud of holding the utmost and highest standards. Go out there and be proud to be part of the Big Blue. For more information on what is happening now at Lovington Schools, log on to lovingtonschools.net and bet you won't be disappointed. Go Big Blue. 3 claps and a woo!
Western States Insurance.
Why choose Western States Insurance as your independent insurance agent? Because Western States Insurance is more than an insurance agency. They're a people agency dedicated to the insurance needs of their customers. Western States Insurance is large enough to provide the products you demand and small enough to offer you personal service.
We've got you covered. Western States Insurance.
Call 396-1318 or go by 212 North Love in Lovington.
And welcome back to Lovington Lady Cat Basketball here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com. I'm TJ Miracle, Don Morgan on assignment tonight. Tiff and Evie keeping an eye and an ear on things back at One Radio Square. And our video cameras and angles and all the tech stuff on the video side of things tonight done by our friends at Gomez Pro AV. Back to the action, and it'll be Artesia basketball as we start the second half. Lovington up 20-17. Beltran takes it to the right base and then travels and opens her mouth and goes, "What are you talking about?" She thought she was getting the foul, instead turns it over. Now Artesia's going to put on the full court press, at least a little pressure. They'll break it, get it to Barunda in the front court. I'm not exactly sure what was happening, but partially blocked. She was trying to shoot the three, but partially blocked by Harrison, so it'll stay Lovington basketball. Whew. So it'll be Myra to inbound it as Castro looks for somebody to get free, tosses in right at 5. Gets it to the right block, gets it to Salcido, and she is going to be fouled, and Wagner throws up her hands and opens her mouth in disgust. Looked like she got the hand. She thought she got all ball. So it will be on Wagner. That'll be her third personal. It'll be the first team foul. And Salcido goes to the line to shoot 2. Erlin 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Just underway here in the third quarter. First one for Salcido is up, and it is good. And Lovington will draw first blood here in the second half, 21-17. So Salcido got the first. Now she'll eye the second. Puts it up and gets them both to fall. And now 22-17, a 5-point lead for the Lady Cats, their biggest of the ball game, but no lead is safe. Whitmire in front of her own bench as Artesia crosses back into the offensive zone. Whitmire, Beltran, Padilla, Wagner, and Harrison. Whitmire with it, toss it out, Padilla, top of the arc. Her three ball is up, and it is good. Padilla is another one. If she has it wide open like that, she'll take the shot, and she made it happen. Get it over to Malaya. They try and trap her up. Dangerous pass out onto there to save it. Aubrey to Myra in the deep left corner. Push it to the free throw line. Turn around from there for Salcido. No good, but the rebound by Barunda. She'll get it out to Malaya. Her shot up no good, and it'll be Wagner with her fourth rebound of the ball game. 22-20. Lady Cats in the lead. Padilla pushing it over to Whitmire in the left corner. Artesia coming back. As I mentioned, Lovington, Artesia, really no lead in this series, has been safe for, well, maybe ever. So high pass, Beltran gets it. Picks up the dribble, tries to get it into Whitmire, poked away by Barunda. They break the press, coming back the other way, Lady Cats, and then poked from behind by Beltran and out into the student section. It'll stay Lovington basketball. Ashton Kraft will check in for Artesia. She'll go in for Harrison. Castro, Aranda, Salcido, and Barunda on the floor for your Lady Cats. Myra to Ashland. Barunda, though, gets it almost taken away, and they're going to call jump ball, and it'll stay Lady Cat basketball. Beltran did a nice job there of grabbing it and not getting anything but ball on Barunda. But it'll stay Lovington basketball on the possession arrow to Aubrey Aranda. Aubrey to the right corner, working hard against Kraft. She'll have to push it back out to Myra. Myra throwing the fastball inside, trying to get Salcido, but right into the hands of Padilla. 14th turnover for Lovington. Padilla to the front court, picks up the dribble to Kraft. Left wing, her three ball is up. That one no good. It'll be Myra with the rebound, her second. Myra keeps it herself, goes by in the back as Whitmire flashes by. Picks up the dribble, get it to Malaya. Malaya then throws it deep right corner to Aranda. Artesia gets there quickly, then pushing it back out, but right into the hands of Beltran. Kimber will bring it back down. She'll go into the right lane, puts up a shot, no good, and she's going to get fouled. They're going to get Myra, I have a feeling. Yep, it'll be her first personal. Just the first team foul on Lovington, but it'll put Beltran at the line to try and tie this one up. Beltran with 2 points in the ballgame, her first trip to the charity stripe tonight. He'll bend the knees, eye it, sky it, and that one falls off the rim, no good. Artesia uncharacteristically having trouble from the free throw line tonight. Is 2 of 9 from the stripe. Second one on the way for Beltran, and that one's too hard, but they call a whistle, and they're going to say, I don't know what they're going to say. Now they're going to say that the sub was waiting to come in and they didn't whistle her in time. So Beltran, that one's like it never even happened. So she'll get a third attempt at it. And, of course, she makes it go. Now it'll be 22-21. Lovington in the lead as Beltran goes 1 for 2 from the line. Throw it into Greben all by herself on the right base, and Carly up and in. Good vision there from Castro to find Greben all by herself. So now it'll be Beltran, WNBA range. That one is off the mark. Kraft with the rebound, but she is fouled. She'll head to the line. Kraft's first rebound of the ball game. They're going to call the face foul on Borunda. That'll be her third personal. Second team foul on Lovington. Ashton Kraft at the line. First one is up, and it is good. She's got 4 points in the ball game. 24-22, Lovington in the lead. Kraft made her first. She'll eye the second, puts it up, and that one is off the mark. And Borunda with the rebound, and she is going to get fouled. Going to call that one on Whitmire. That'll be her second personal. Second team foul on the Lady Bulldogs. They'll give it back to Lovington. Some backcourt pressure as Myra to Malaya. Whitmire on her, back to Myra. Myra will take it in across the timeline, right at center court, push it to Borunda, high one. Ashland gets it into the free throw line with Salcido. Over to Malaya, right wing, 3 on the way, and in and out. Off the tip, still loose on the floor, and it'll be Beltran who will come away with it, her first. Just waits for Lovington to drop back and land it off to Padilla. She'll bring it into the front court, push it over to Beltran. Lovington up 24-22 to Padilla. About an 18-footer, no good, and a fight for the rebound. Salcido gets it, and they'll call jump ball as Wagner ties her up. So it'll wind up being a turnover for Lovington. As Cardenas will come into the ball game for Myra. So you've got Castro, that's Malaya. Greben still in the game. Cardenas, Salcido, and Borunda. The inbound to Whitmire, over to Kraft. Now to Beltran, deep right corner, 3 on the way. That one is in and out, and it'll be Salcido with the rebound, and then Erland's going to get popped. Couple of Lady Bulldogs fighting, and they're going to get Wagner for the hack. That's her fourth personal. Third team foul. You got to think Wagner's going to have to sit for a while. She'll sit with 4 points and 4 boards. And it'll be Lovington basketball, 24-22. Lady Cats clinging on to the lead here with 4.5 to go in the third. Malaya to the front court. Toss it in on the little sidewinder. To Salcido, gets it to Borunda. She'll go to the right base. It is high off the glass, and the ball goes out of bounds. And Beltran over the back of Salcido. Lucky she didn't get called. It'll stay Lovington basketball. So Malaya will inbound it from the V on the left side of the home bucket. In, and Salcido winds up with it. Lovington going to settle it down to Greben. Tries to toss it to Borunda coming down the backside, but overthrows her. 17th turnover for Lovington. They haven't done a great job taking care of the basketball. So now the defense is going to have to step up against Artesia. Padilla to the front court. Harrison back in for the Lady Bulldogs. Beltran, she'll throw the fastball to Kraft. She'll take it to the left base. A little 10-footer will rattle home. Ashton Kraft now with 6 points, ties the ball game at 24 apiece. Malaya under pressure on the near sideline. Push it over to Cardenas. Luisa almost losing it. She's going to get tied up on the floor, and it'll go back to Artesia on the 18th Lovington turnover. Carly Knapp will check into the ball game. She'll come in for Borunda. So the two Carlys, Knapp and Greben, Malaya Castro, Erland Salcido, and Luisa Cardenas on the floor for your Lady Cats. Malaya looks to inbound it. She'll push it in at the 4 count to Greben. Greben cycles to the free throw line. Give it to Cardenas. She'll go through the left lane, high off the glass and in and out. Ball loose on the floor, and Greben with it, but her putback won't go. No foul call, and it'll be Kraft who winds up with the basketball. Artesia brings it back down, all tied up. Kraft from the left wing for 3, and it is good. Ashton Kraft has her second tray of the ball game off of the bench. She has been the spark for the Lady Bulldogs as they retake the lead 27-24. Malaya to the front court, gets a little pick from Knapp and will push it over to Cardenas. Artesia's picking up the defensive intensity and a whistle sounds. Coach Chief Bridgeforth going to take the timeout. It'll just be a 30, so we'll keep it right here. Say a big thank you to Bob's Thriftway, Devon Energy, Lee County Electric Cooperative, Lovington Auto Supply, Stonewall Field Services, Eunice Plump and Supply, First American Bank of Lovington, the Lovington Schools, and Western States Insurance. We appreciate those folks making Lovington Lady Cat and Wildcat Athletics possible here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com. I'm TJ Miracle. Don't forget, coming up about 20 minutes after the conclusion of this one, we will have the Artesia Bulldogs and the Lovington Wildcats. The boys going to go at it from here at Wildcat Gym. Be sure you stick around for that, but don't go anywhere because we've got a good one here. A back and forth affair. Artesia at 1 point led by 9. Lovington charged back and took it, what was it, 1 point, a 5-point lead. Now Artesia has charged back, and if they've retaken the 3-point lead. 3:08 to go here in the third. It'll be Lovington basketball. Out of the timeout from the midcourt stripe, Cardenas slings it in, gets it to Knapp. No look pass, top of the arc for Castro for three, and bang! Malaya drains the tray. Her second three-ball of the ball game ties this one at 27 apiece. The other way, Kraft from the right corner throws up the air ball, and it'll be Myra who comes up with the rebound, and she's going to get fouled. Nope, she stepped on the sideline. Well, Myra gets the rebound, but then the turnover. This is some of those breaks we were talking about with Artesia. You can't give them that many. Harrison, deep right corner. Her three ball is up, and it is good. 7 points for Hattie Harrison, puts Artesia back up 30-27. It's become a three-ball exhibition all of a sudden. Myra to Malaya. Across the timeline, back to Myra. Fakes the pass, now she'll throw the fastball in, and Cardenas going to wind up with it. Goes through traffic, loses it off her foot. It is loose, and Myra with it, and Whitmire rolls into the back of her knees as Myra up and limping a little bit. Certainly hope she's okay. Third personal on Whitmire, fourth team foul on Artesia. The Bulldog Boo-Birds coming out on that one. Nothing intentional, but it was contact. Throw it over to Cardenas in the deep right base. She'll try and push it into Salcido. Erlin will get back to it. Push it back out. Myra will reset. She'll throw it underneath as Cardenas came through the back door, up the baseline and up and in. 30-29. Lovington back to within one. Might ought to think about getting somebody over in Kraft's face. Just a thought. Lovington wanting the palm ball, not going to get it. Padilla goes into the right block over Knapp, puts up the shot, no good, and they're going to call the foul on Knapp. That'll be the first personal on Carly, third team foul on Lovington. So to the line, Padilla goes for two. Kaylee Padilla's first trip to the free throw line tonight. 30-29, a 1 point Artesia lead. So Padilla, the point guard, puts up her first, and it is good. 31-29, Artesia has made their free throws a little bit better here in the second half. Just 2 of 8 in the first half. They are 3 of 5, now 3 of 6, so 50-50, and a long rebound by Cardenas, and then she is going to get hammered, but they call the jump ball instead, and it goes back to Artesia. 20th turnover for the Lady Cats. Wow. Aubrey Aranda going to check into the ball game, and timeout going to be taken by Coach Jeff Hodling. 1:55 remaining in the third quarter. It's Artesia 31, Lovington 29. We're back in a minute. Lady Cat basketball continues in a moment.
Attention shoppers. Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
Devon Energy is proud to support the athletic programs of Lovington High School this season. By partnering with local schools in Lovington, Devon is making an investment in the long-term future of the community. Sports teach discipline, teamwork, and leadership. Skills our youth will use to succeed for a lifetime. From the Devon team to yours, Devon Energy wishes you good luck this season, both on the field and in the classroom. Go Wildcats! And out of the Artesia timeout, it'll be Lady Bulldog basketball. Welcome back to Wildcat Gym. The Lady Cats and the Lady Dogs slugging it out here as we open the second half of District. 31-29, Artesia in the lead. Off the inbound, they'll work it around to Kraft into the free throw line with Beltran. That one is going to be tipped and right into the hands of the Lady Cats. Nice job by Castro. 11th turnover for Artesia. Malaya to Myra. Working it on the far side of the court. Myra directs traffic, gets it to Aranda. Aubrey pushing it around. Back out to Myra on the soft little bounce pass. Then they'll come to Malaya. Trying to find a little room. Kraft gets to her quickly. She'll take it in, puts up a little circus shot. That one no good. Ball loose on the court, and it'll be Padilla who comes away with her third board of the ball game. Under 90 seconds to play in the third. Padilla throws the fastball to Kraft, trying to get it into Harrison. Knocked away and into the hands of the Lady Cats. Nice job by Salcido. And a good job by Myra Castro to wind up with it. Out of the pressure, they'll get it to Malaya. Push it to Aranda. Top of the arc, takes it to the free throw line, gives it back to Malaya off the pick for three. Top of the arc, no good, and it'll be Aubrey with the rebound, her second. Bounce it to Myra, to Malaya, right wing for three, and bang! Malaya Castro has her third tray of the ball game. Tray in. And the Lady Cats back up by 1, 32-31. To Padilla with 45 seconds to go to Kraft. Back out to Padilla between the rings. Artesia will reset. Whitmire back in the ball game there with 3 fouls. To Padilla. Cardenas guards her, trying to throw the fastball inside, and it'll wind up in the hands of Salcido, but turns it right back over into the hands of Artesia's. Beltran will get it. Or was that Kraft? It was one of the two of them. They were both back there together to Beltran. Wide open for three from the right wing. No good, but Harrison is there with the rebound, and she's fouled. Gonna get Salcido for that one. That'll be Erlin's third, I've got a feeling. Yep. Her third personal, 4th team foul on Lovington. And Hattie Harrison heads to the line to shoot 2. 15 seconds remaining in the third. Harrison 50-50 from the line. Is 2 of 4. And her first is up and no good. So our score remains 32-31 as Carly Greben will come in for Erlin Salcido. Greben, Aranda, Cardenas, Castro, and Castro on the floor for your Lady Cats. So Harrison missing the first, Ely the second, puts it up, and a whistle sounds. They wave it off, and they are actually going to call the violation the other way, so no good. And Lovington basketball, 13 seconds remaining. Get it to Aranda with 10. Aubrey to Cardenas. Luisa to the left base, throws it out, right wing for Castro. 3 up, no good, and it'll be Harrison with the rebound as time expires on the third. We got a good one. We go to the fourth. It's Lovington 32, Artesia 31. Lady Cat basketball continues in a moment.
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called Smart Hub. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the Smart Hub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcecnet.com and look for the Smart Hub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with Smart Hub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
It's no secret, at some point you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle is new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that help keeps your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Napa, get up and go. Back here at Wildcat Gym, getting ready for the start of the fourth quarter. A very exciting one. Lovington leading 32-31 and trying to knock off the number 5 team in Class 4A in the land of enchantment. Aranda will toss it in, and yep, they're going to get Padilla over the back on the inbound. Padilla's first personal. That'll be the first team foul on Artesia here in the fourth. Lovington with 9 rebounds in that third quarter. and 12 points. Artesia with 14 points, but Lovington still in the lead. Aranda with it, cycles it out to Malaya. Now to Salcido. Erlin in the deep right corner, bounce it to Barunda, and count the bucket and the foul off the right baseline. Ashlyn Barunda draws first blood in the fourth, and she'll go to the line for three the old-fashioned way. They're going to put that one up on Jenna Whitmire, her fourth personal. Second quick team foul on Artesia, and Ashlyn at the line for three the old-fashioned way. And the and one is up, and it is good. 35-31, Lovington in the lead. 7:45 remaining in the ball game. This may be one I should start saying 7:45 left in regulation. I don't know. It's kind of got that feeling. Whitmire to Wagner. Wagner back out to Beltran. Beltran takes it into the high post, puts up the little push. No good. She's fouled. She'll go to the line to shoot two. They'll call that one on Barunda. Ashlyn's fourth personal. First team foul on Lovington, but Barunda now in foul trouble, and it'll put Beltran at the line to shoot two. Beltran with 3 points in the ball game. Puts up the first and makes it 4 in the ball game for her, and a 3-point Lovington lead. Ashton Kraft will come back into the ball game. She'll check in for Whitmire. Of course, if you're just joining us, no Liz Buendia tonight. She is out injured. So Lovington running with an even shorter bench than usual. Second one for Beltran is up, and it is good. 35-33. Lady Cats with the 2-point lead, 7.5 remaining. Myra uses up the dribble, then throws it to Aranda and over her head and into the student section. 22nd turnover tonight for Lovington. Well, that hadn't exactly gone their way. Lovington is winning the rebounding battle, 24-18 overall so far here in the game. Got to keep it up here in the fourth. Padilla, Aranda comes out to guard her. To Harrison, back to Padilla. Come near side to Kraft, who's had a whale of a game off the bench for the Lady Bulldogs. Long cross-court pass to Padilla. Wide open look from the right corner for three. It's good. If you leave Padilla that wide open, she'll make you pay, and she did that time. And gives Artesia the 36-35 lead. Full court pressure is on. Nifty little move for Malaya. Castro to Salcido. Salcido back to Castro. WNBA 3 right side. That one's off the mark and into the hands of Lauren Wagner. Didn't touch anything but Wagner's hands, so that's going to get back into the hands. Beltran, WNBA 3 the other way. That one will fall off the side, and it'll be Kraft who fights her way through for the rebound. Artesia resets with 6.5 remaining. To Padilla to Kraft. Throw it over to Harrison. Get it into the baseline. Wagner bobbles it. Tries to toss it out. Aranda pokes it away, but it will go into the hands of Padilla, and they're going to call a foul on Lovington. It will be on the floor. They're going to call the hold foul on Malaya, her second personal, second team foul on the Lady Cats. Now is not the time for things to start getting chippy. If you're Lovington, you've got to keep your wits about you. You're trailing by 1, 6:10 to go. Still plenty of time. Beltran, the high inlet pass to Harrison. Off the right glass and up and in. Addie Harrison now with 9 points. And it's 38-35. 3-point lead for Artesia. Push it to Aranda. Into Barunda from the right base and up and in for Ashlyn. Back to within one. The Lady Cats climb 38-37. Push it over to Kraft. Left corner back out to Padilla. Padilla to Beltran. You leave them wide open. They'll take the shot. Harrison to Beltran on the left baseline. Picks it up, throws it back. Padilla gets it, loses the basketball, goes out of bounds. But they're going to say came off the knee of Aranda. Lady Cat faithful not liking it so much, but clapping anyway. Yeah, that one could have gone 50-50. Now they'll inbound it to Wagner in the deep right corner. Back out to Padilla, right wing for three. It is up and it is no good. And the rebound going to be brought down by Salcido, her ninth. Push it forward, but a bad pass overthrows Aranda, and it'll wind up in the hands of Padilla. 24th turnover for Lovington. Artesia wins this game. Lovington's going to look at that and go, what might have been? To Kraft, to Harrison, left corner to Wagner, and they'll try and tie Wagner up, and they'll call the foul. Wagner was windmilling the elbows, but they're going to get Lovington for the foul. They're going to get Aranda for her first personal. Third team foul on the Lady Cats. Greben and Cardenas will come in. And timeout going to be taken on the floor. It will be a full timeout with 5:03 remaining in the contest. It is Lovington trailing Artesia 38-37. Back in a minute. Lady Cat basketball continues in a moment.
Stone Oilfield Services says many traffic fatalities may be caused by an intoxicated driver. So do yourself and your community a favor and remember the 3 C's of safety: caution, courtesy, and above all, common sense. Safe and sober driving is everyone's responsibility. That message was from Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington, a name you can trust and depend on. For quality and integrity, call 575-396-1840. From the Stone family and staff at Stone Oilfield Services.
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
When it comes to your hard-earned money, selecting the right bank is vital. Hi, I'm David Campbell, president of First American Bank in Lovington. First American Bank in Lovington is part of this community, so bank with trusted partners you know, and trusted partners that are part of this area we call home. First American Bank offers all the advantages big corporate banks do, and we do our banking with hometown support and commitment. Choose First American Bank, 19 West Washington in Lovington. We want to earn your trust, then earn your business.
All right, sorry about that. Welcome back. Was dealing with a little bit of a technical issue on one of our other games tonight as the inbound and a whistle sounds and an offensive foul. Are you kidding me? They're going to call the push foul on Carly Greben, her first personal, 14th foul on Lovington, and it'll be their 25th turnover, 40-37, as Wagner off of the inbound when we got out of the timeout. So back down comes Artesia. Leading by 3, 4.5 to go. Harrison in the left corner. Back out to Kraft. Push it over to Padilla. To Wagner. She'll take it to the right baseline, and they're going to call the palm ball. Turnover number 14 for Artesia. So Lovington still in this one. It has been a back and forth good ball game. Out of the pressure, they'll get it to Greben across the timeline. Carly picks up the dribble and lets a couple of Lady Bulldogs flash past her. Trying to, a nifty little move to Aranda. Winds up with it now to Malaya. Malaya works against Kraft. That one tipped, but into the hands of Aubrey. Aranda, she'll take it right baseline. Put up the little 10-foot push shot, no good. And it'll be Wagner, her 5th rebound of the ball game. 40-37, 3:50 remaining in the contest. Beltran to Padilla, to Kraft near side. Look for Artesia to kind of start taking the ball, air out of the ball again with the lead. To Padilla, wide open from the right side. In and out. It'll be Malaya with the rebound, and then she's going to get tied up, and it'll be Artesia basketball. We just cannot buy a break tonight. We get the rebound, but then immediately get tied up. 26 turnovers for Lovington. And they only trail by 3. Push it into a wide open Harrison, who came through the lane and up and in. Harrison with 11 puts Artesia up by 5. Lovington's got to find that extra gear again in the last half of this fourth quarter. Cardenas, a nifty little move, takes it in to Salcido in the right wing. Erlin to Malaya to Greben. Turnaround from 12. It is off the glass, and Harrison with the rebound, her 5th of the ball game. They've got to start getting those offensive rebounds again, too. Now Artesia going to try and make this a 3-possession ball game with 3 minutes remaining. They lead by 5, 42-37. They're just going to play catch until they get somebody wide open. to Wagner. Throw it in, and Salcido will take it away from the Lady Bulldogs. They were trying to get it into Harrison. Nice job by Erlin. And timeout going to be taken by Coach Chief Bridgeforth. 2:48 remaining in the game. It is Lovington trailing Artesia 42-37. We'll be back as Lady Cat basketball continues in a moment.
Lovington Schools proudly supports their athletic teams and wants to encourage all teachers, students, and staff to keep pressing on. Wildcats, you are winners on and off of the court. Lovington Municipal Schools are proud of holding the utmost and highest standards. Go out there and be proud to be part of the Big Blue. For more information on what is happening now at Lovington Schools, log on to lovingtonschools.net and bet you won't be disappointed. Go Big Blue. 3 claps and a woo!
Western States Insurance.
Why choose Western States Insurance as your independent insurance agent? Because Western States Insurance is more than an insurance agency. They're a people agency dedicated to the insurance needs of their customers. Western States Insurance is large enough to provide the products you demand and small enough to offer you personal service.
We've got you covered. Western States Insurance.
Call 396-1318 or go by 212 North Love in Lovington.
Back here at Wildcat Gym, it'll be Lady Cat basketball out of the timeout. Coach Chief Bridgeforth taking the timeout to try and settle his squad down. They can't afford to get sloppy right now. They trail by 5 with 2:45 remaining. 42-37, Artesia in the lead. Aranda with it. Aubrey looks for a little room. Artesia going to give it to her. Salcido throw the fastball into Barunda. A little spin move and up and no good. And it'll be Wagner with the rebound, her 6th. Then the ball will go out of bounds, swatted away by Barunda as they were trying to get it to Padilla and out. Lovington has gone ice cold here in this fourth quarter. Only 5 points in the fourth. 2-11 for Artesia, and they lead by 5. Though the fastball to Harrison at the free throw line. Through the left elbow, uses up the dribble. Out to Padilla. Top of the arc. Her 3-ball on the way. No good. And coming away with the rebound is Barunda, her 5th. Ashland comes near side to Aranda. Aubrey will bring it across the timeline. She'll pull up from the right. Wing it, bang! Aubrey Aranda, her 2nd tray of the ball game. It's Lovington back to within 2. Right at the 2-minute mark. 42-40. I'm Lovington. I'd let Wagner handle the ball all she wanted to. She is a beast inside. And she's got pretty sure hands, but I don't think she can run the point. I could be wrong. And a whistle sounds, and Coach Jeff Hodling going to take the timeout. It will be a 30, so we'll just keep it right here. With 1:40 remaining in the ball game, Artesia 42, Lovington 40. Big thank you to our friends at Bob's Thriftway, Devon Energy, the Lee County Electric Cooperative, Lovington Auto Supply, Stone Oilfield Services, Eunice Pump and Supply, the First American Bank of Lovington, Lovington Schools, and Western States Insurance, making it possible to bring you Lovington Wildcat and Lady Cat athletics here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com. Be sure you thank those businesses and support them because they support your local hometown teams. Make it possible for us to do this and not have to beg you for donations or charge you to watch. Seeing them there at the bottom of your screen. You're hearing their ads, and we appreciate them very much. So out of the Artesia 30-second timeout, back to it. Artesia leads by 2, 90 seconds to go. Harrison finds a little seam, gets it underneath to Wagner, and on the up and in, Wagner makes it a 4-point Artesia lead, 44-40. That was just like Coach Hodling drew it up. I would be willing to bet you. Aranda out to Barunda, top of the arc. Her 3-ball is in and out, and Wagner has her 7th rebound. Lovington didn't have to take the shot right then. They could have been a little more patient. Clicking down to a minute to go. Lovington will pick up the defensive intensity as Artesia crosses the timeline. Padilla back to Wagner. Malaya gets on her quickly. 60 seconds remaining in regulation. Over to Wagner. Back over to Padilla. They're going to play keep away. It's a 2-possession ball game. Padilla uses up the dribble and then the hip check by Aranda. Aubrey's 2nd personal. That is the 5th team foul on Lovington, so that'll put Padilla at the line for 2. Padilla 7 points in the ball game. Her 2nd trip to the free throw line. So at the line, Padilla's first is up, and it is no good. So Padilla goes there, and a timeout going to be taken by Coach Chief Bridgeforth. It'll be a 30, so we'll just keep it right here. I'm TJ Miracle. Great to have you with us tonight. Don't forget, coming up about 20 minutes after the conclusion of this one, we'll have the Lovington and Artesia boys going after it. It's going to be hard-pressed to be any better than this one. This has been a back-and-forth affair, to be sure. 44-40 is the score. Big thanks again to Gomez Pro AV providing our video angles and cameras tonight. And thanks to Luis and his crew. Of course, after tonight, the Lady Cats will be on the road for their final 2 games of the regular season. Tuesday night at Goddard and Roswell, and then next Friday night over at the Ram Athletic Center in Port Tallis. Of course, we'll have both of those for you right here. So out of the Lovington timeout, Padilla at the line, missed the first, will eye the second. Puts it up and gets that one to go. Makes it a 45-40 ball game. 51 seconds to go. Full court pressure is on. That'll be Myra with it. She'll take it to the front court. Beltran on her very tight. Gets a little pick from Barunda, but gone right through it. Ananda to Malaya. Malaya WNBA distance on the 3 ball. That one is off the mark. Goes out of bounds. And last touch by Barunda. Back into the hands of Artesia with 35 seconds to go. Full court press is on. It is not quite desperation time yet. The timeout is going to be taken by Coach Hodling. They're showing a 30. I don't think he's got any 30s left. But, all right, they're going to give it to him as a 30, so we'll keep it right here. 45-40 is the score. Artesia, of course, won the first meeting back at the Bulldog Pit by 5, 50-45. So we got another 5-point game right now. Lovington has done a nice job. Gone a little cold here in the fourth quarter, but here's the telling statistic. 26 turnovers for Lovington, 13 so far in the second half. If Artesia hangs on and wins this one, they're going to look at that and go, that's why we won it. And Lovington's going to look at that and go, that's probably why we lost it. Of course, Lovington has done a nice job tonight without their leading scorer. Buendia is out. The rest of the Lady Cats have definitely come to play. Can't worry about what might have been as they will push it into Padilla with 34 seconds to go. Padilla weaves through traffic, losing the basketball, picks up her dribble, needs some help, and Wagner playing trailer finally gets to her. Right before they call the violation, back to Padilla. Myra trying to get it. They're going to have to cut this one off for foul pretty quick. To Beltran on the near side, and Malaya going to pump her in the foul, her 3rd personal. So Beltran heads to the line to shoot 2. She's 3 of 4 from the stripe. She's one of them you don't want to foul. But only 15 seconds left. You got no choice. And Beltran's first is up and in and out. So still a 2-possession ball game. Lovington is going to have to move it down quickly, though. Second one for Beltran is up. That one is no good, and it'll be Myra with the rebound, her 4th. Castro to the front court, hands it off to Malaya. Back to Myra, back to Malaya. Puts up the 3. That one is off the mark, and Wagner with her 8th rebound of the ball game can just run this one out. And at the buzzer, Artesia comes from behind and knocks off Lovington. Final score, 45-40. We'll take a quick timeout. Come back and wrap this one up and get you ready for the boys' game. Lady Cat basketball continues in a moment.
Attention shoppers. Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
Devon Energy is proud to support the athletic programs of Lovington High School this season. By partnering with local schools in Lovington, Devon is making an investment in the long-term future of the community. Sports teach discipline, teamwork, and leadership. Skills our youth will use to succeed for a lifetime. From the Devon team to yours, Devon Energy wishes you good luck this season, both on the field and in the classroom. Go Wildcats! Back here at Wildcat Gym for your Devon Energy postgame report. The Lady Cats fall tonight to the Lady Bulldogs. A back-and-forth affair. 45-40 our final score. Leading scorer tonight for both teams was Hattie Harrison. She had 11 points to lead for the Artesia Lady Bulldogs. Leading scorer tonight for Lovington, Malaya Castro with 9. Ashlyn Barunda right behind her with 8. Erlyn Salcido with 7. Salcido also the leading rebounder. She had 9. Lovington won the free throw percentage battle. They went 5 of 6 from the line. Artesia only 8 of 22 from the free throw line, but won the rebounding battle 28-24. But the battle that they lost, and it's going to be one of those woulda, coulda, shouldas. 26 turnovers for the Lady Cats to only 15 for Artesia. So that gives Artesia 15, or rather 11 more possessions than Lovington had. And they just managed to make it pay off, as they will go to a tie for first in district at 3-1. Lovington will drop to 2-2 in district and will drop down to third place in the district race. So this was a good one. I have a feeling our nightcap is going to be a good one too. Coming up here in just about 10-15 minutes or so, we'll be back with the Lovington boys game. Lovington and Artesia gonna go at it. You don't want to miss it. It'll be right here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com. We'll keep the video stream running and we'll return. But for Tiff and Evie in studio engineering, producing, keeping an eye and an ear on everything for the crew at Gomez Pro AV. For Dawn Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle. We'll be back in a few minutes for the boys game as Wildcat and Lady Cat Athletics continues in a moment from the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com. And welcome back to Lovington Wildcat basketball from the Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports. I'm TJ Miracle, flying solo tonight. Don Morgan on assignment. Our video provided by Gomez Pro AV. Tonight's game is brought to you by Bob's Thriftway, Devon Energy, the Lee County Electric Cooperative, Lovington Auto Supply, Stone Oilfield Service, Eunice Pump and Supply, the First American Bank of Lovington, the Lovington Schools, and Western States Insurance. Welcome to Wildcat Gym, Game 2 of our doubleheader tonight. A thrilling Game 1 that unfortunately saw the Lady Cats come up empty. A come-from-behind win for Artesia as they knock off the Lady Cats here at home. Final in that one, 45-40 for Artesia. So now the Wildcats going to look to even things up a little bit here tonight and to go into a tie for first in the district race. The Wildcats coming at 14-9 on the season, 2-1 in district. Right now in the Max Preps Matrix, they are number 7 in Class 4A. On the other side of the coin are the Artesia Bulldogs under longtime head coach Michael Mondragon. They are 13-8 overall on the year, but more importantly, they are 3-0 in district and sitting atop the district race right now in the Max Preps rankings. They are number 6 in Class 4A. So, all right, as we get ready to start this one, this is, of course, your Stone Oilfield Services pregame report. Let's go ahead and give you the starting lineups for the visiting Artesia Bulldogs. They'll start number 4, David Hammond, number 21, Nia Estrada, number 22, Diego Wesson, number 23, Jaron Watkins, and number 42, Clay Kincaid. For the Lovington Wildcat starters tonight are number 1, DeMarcus Thompson, number 3, Julian Arroyo, number 4, Elijah Rivero, and number 24, Cale Covington. Last for the Wildcats 1 week ago, they got the big victory right here at Wildcat Gym over Portales, 63-53. The scoring was led by Cale Covington. He had 19 in that contest. Micah Pondo was 17, and DeMarcus Thompson 15 in that ball game for Lovington. Now, when these two teams met 2 weeks ago to open district play, Lovington came out and punched the Bulldogs in the mouth. At one point, we're up by 15, a 20-5 score very early in the second quarter before Artesia got up off the mat and stormed back in that one. Julian Arroyo led the scoring there at the Bulldog pit. He had 16 points in the ballgame, 11 for DeMarcus Thompson. That was Cale Covington's first game back, though, coming off of injury, and he still chipped in 7 points in the game. But Artesia just absolutely picked everything up in that second half and outscored Lovington 40-19 in the second half. The Wildcats can not have that happen tonight if they want to wind up tied for first in the district after tonight's matchup. So gonna be a good one. Of course, big thanks to Stone Oilfield Services, your Stone Oilfield Services pregame report from the good folks at Stone Oilfield Services. If you need anything out in the patch, well, chances are Mr. Stone and his crew got you taken care of. Thanks to Stone Oilfield Services, proud supporters of the Lovington Wildcats and Lady Cats. We'll take a timeout, come back and tip this one off. It's the Cats and the Dogs. The second half of the district season opens tonight from here at Wildcat Gym on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com.
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called Smart Hub. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime, with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the Smart Hub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcecnet.com and look for the Smart Hub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with Smart Hub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
It's no secret, at some point you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle is new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that help keeps your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Napa, get up and go.
Stone Oilfield Services says many traffic fatalities may be caused by an intoxicated driver. So do yourself and your community a favor and remember the 3 C's of safety: caution, courtesy, and above all, common sense. Safe and sober driving is everyone's responsibility. That message was from Stone Oil Field Services in Lovington, a name you can trust and depend on. For quality and integrity, call 575-396-1840. From the Stone family and staff at Stone Oil Field Services.
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
And welcome back to Lovington Wildcat basketball here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com. The second half of district opens tonight from here at Wildcat Gym as the Wildcats take on the Artesia Bulldogs. I'm TJ Miracle, Don Morgan on assignment tonight. Thanks to the crew from Gomez Pro AV providing our camera and our video technical services tonight. For the visiting Artesia Bulldogs under longtime head coach Michael Mondragon, they come in at 13-8 on the season overall, but 3-0 in district. Starting five for Artesia will be number 4, David Hammond, number 21, Nye Estrada, number 22, Diego Wesson, number 23, Jaron Watkins, and number 42, Clay Kincaid. The Artesia Bulldogs are in their road black uniforms with white letters and numbers, orange trim around those letters and numbers, and a checkerboard pattern across the sides. For your home team, Lovington Wildcats, under longtime head coach Casey Pack, they are 14-9 on the season, sitting second in district at 2-1. Starting five tonight for the Cats: number 1, DeMarcus Thompson; number 3, Julian Arroyo; number 4, Elijah Rivero; number 12, Michael Pondo; and number 24, Cale Covington. So the Cats and the Dogs, it is the number 6 team in the state versus the number 7 team in the state, according to the Max Preps rankings, and should be a good game. For Lovington, the key tonight is going to be to get up early and then keep your foot on the gas. For Artesia, well, the key for them is going to be to score early, score often, and don't let Lovington even think they have got a shot at this one. Lovington wants to play fast. They want to go downhill, as Coach Casey Pack says. That they match up extremely well with this Bulldog team, so we'll see what happens here tonight from Wildcat Gym. It'll be Covington to take the jump against Kincaid. Cats in the home whites with Cats in script, the blue letters and numbers. So here we go. Great crowd on hand. It is basketball homecoming tonight, but you would expect nothing less out of Lovington and Artesia than a packed house. So here we go as the officials come over, and we are ready to go. They get the nod from everywhere, and it's basketball time from here at Wildcat Gym. The Cats and the Dogs, the blue versus the orange, and Lovington will win the opening tip as Pondo will track it down back in the backcourt, and he'll hand it off to Arroyo. Julian will start the offense for the Wildcats across the timeline to Rivero. Passing out to Covington, top of the arc. He'll push it over to Julian from the right corner for 3. No good, and it'll be Covington with the rebound and the putback. Covington came through, got the board, cleaned the glass, and puts Lovington up early. Hammond across the timeline. Julian picks him up. Hammond bouncing it in. Now they'll try and bounce it on the back baseline, and it is stolen away off the bad pass. Covington leaves it off for Arroyo. He'll bring it up on the near side. Crossing the timeline, setting the offense to Micah Pondo. Coming out to guard him is Watkins. They'll work it around to Arroyo. Thinks about an NBA plus 3. Thinks better of it. Drives into the lane. Puts up a wild shot from 12. Not going to fall and goes out of bounds. And last touched by Kincaid. And so it'll stay Lovington basketball. 1 minute into this one, Lovington leading 2-0. Packed house tonight at Wildcat Gym. Arroyo tosses it in, gets it to Thompson in the right corner for 3. That one is off the mark. Covington, though, resets, gets the rebound. To Pondo, picks up the dribble. Rivero, top of the arc, and that one clanks off the front of the iron. Long rebound going to be tracked down by Pondo. Micah directs traffic. Lovington doing a nice job cleaning the glass so far. Wesson comes out to guard Pondo, takes it to the right base, uses up the dribble. As Estrada out to guard Covington. Can't believe they don't really have Kincaid on him, but He's really sticking in the post, making sure Lovington can't go in there. As Rivero, Covington goes to the right base, a little spin move, and falls away, no good, but he traveled before he put it up. First turnover for the Wildcats. 2-0 Lovington in the lead, 6:25 to go in the first. Hammond gets the inbound from Estrada, and Arroyo picks him up just as he crosses the timeline to Wesson in the deep right corner. Throw it in, trying to get it in to Kincaid. Tipped away and into the hands of the Wildcats. Thompson to Pondo. Micah pushing over to Covington. Estrada out on him. He'll go right base, bouncing it over to Thompson in the left base. Out to Rivero. Bad pass. Elijah keeps it and will push it out to Arroyo. Between the rings, Julian directs traffic. 5:55 to go in the first. Long pass over to Thompson. He'll move around Kincaid. Go around. Estrada put up a shot, no good, and they're going to call the block foul on Estrada. The Bulldog Bluebirds are out, and it will be on Estrada. His first personal, first team foul on Artesia, and DeMarcus heads to the line to shoot two. Kind of like a heavyweight fight so far, as the stands kind of start rattling here. I said it is a packed house. First one up for DeMarcus, and it is off the mark, no good. Checking in for Artesia. Estrada checks out. Coming in is Charlie Campbell. He had a whale of a game off the bench for Artesia in the game there a couple of weeks ago. Ethan Stevens checking in for Elijah Rivero for the Cats. And Thompson at the line puts up the second, and that one is going to fall off, and it'll be Campbell immediately making his presence felt with the rebound. Campbell to the front court, works against Stevens, runs into traffic, gets it over and into the deep corner. Three ball on the way, and that one banks off the glass and home for Watkins. And Artesia just like that, up 3-2. The other way on the break and up and in for Stevens. Stevens in the transition game puts Lovington back up 4-3. Into the front court with Hammond. Hammond steps back. His three ball is up. That one no good. And it'll be Wesson with the rebound. Tries to put it up, and he'll be fouled going back up. Will he get a two-shotter? Yep, they're going to say he was in the act of shooting when he got fouled, as they're going to call Covington his first personal, first team foul on the Cats. And now the Cat Boo Birds coming out a little bit as Wesson at the line. He'll shoot two. First one up for Wesson is good. And we are tied at 4 apiece. Thompson, Pondo, Covington, Stevens, and Arroyo on the floor for the Cats. Wesson's second is up, and he gets them both. Wesson, Watkins, Kincaid, Campbell, and Hammond on the floor for the Dogs. As Arroyo out, working against Hammond, leaves it off for Pondo. Pondo to Arroyo, left corner, three ball on the way, and bang! Julian Arroyo drains the three. 7-5, Lovington back up by a bucket. 4:50 to go in the first. Hammond gets direction from Coach Mondragon as he takes it into the front court. He'll go around to the right wing, top of the arc to Watkins, now over to Wesson. NBA three, left wing for three, it's up and good. Diego Wesson with 5 in the ball game puts Artesia back up 8-7. Pondo and Arroyo play catch as they cross the timeline. Julian directs traffic. Julian pointing out what he wants to see. They'll push it over to Thompson from the right wing. 3 for DeMarcus. That one is off the mark. And a whistle sounds, and they're going to call Lovington for a foul. Bad foul. Cats weren't in any kind of position. They'll call the hold foul. Actually, they're going to call that one on Jaron Watkins. That's why there wasn't a Cat anywhere in the neighborhood. His first personal, second team foul. Kincaid will check out. Enrique Armendariz will check in for the Bulldogs. Lovington trails by a point, 8-7. Valente Herrera comes in. He's going to go in for DeMarcus Thompson, provide a little extra heft going against Armendariz. Armendariz 6'3", 280. Push it into Covington. Push it back to Arroyo on the left baseline. Arroyo backs up, a 10-foot fall away. That one is off the mark. Armendariz with the rebound, and he is going to be fouled. Bad foul for Valente. His first personal, second team foul on the Cats. It'll be dog basketball. They're going to whistle Watkins back to pull the trigger on the inbound. 8-7, Artesia in the lead as we click down towards the halfway mark of this first period. Into the front court comes Hammond. He takes it over to the left side, pushes it off to Wesson. Now back out top of the arc to Campbell. Stevens on him. Campbell takes it to the right block. Turnaround from 10, no good. Off of the tip. Covington going to wind up with his own rebound, his third. Cale running, goes the other way, goes hard to the rack. Coast to coast, count the bucket and the foul. Cale Covington gets the bucket and will draw the foul. Let's see who they called it on. A couple of dogs were getting back. And they are going to call the block foul on Hammond, his first personal, third team foul on the Dogs. And Covington heads to the line for the and one. 9-8, Lovington in the lead. Cale puts up the and one, no good. And it'll be Armendariz for the rebound. But he's going to get fouled by Herrera again, looks like. Now the officials are going to discuss it. And actually they're going to say, nope, no foul, just Armendariz with the rebound, a little quick on the whistle. So it'll be Hammond who will take the inbound from Watkins with 3:47 to go. Lovington up 9-8. A back and forth affair here in the first. Push it over to Wesson in the right corner. Covington on him. Wesson looks for somebody to push it out to. He will with Watkins. Now reset it with Hammond out on the Wildcat at center court. Hand it off to Wesson. Covington backs off, gives him a little room. Hand it off to Campbell, then he'll sidearm sling it to Watkins, to Armendariz. Herrera gets to him quickly. Hand it to Wesson. They wanted the foul there on Herrera, not going to get it to Watkins. Almost losing it, picks up the dribble, bounce it to Armendariz on the left base, and he'll get the bucket and the foul. Enrique Armendariz gets the points, and they'll call the push foul on Herrera, his second personal, third team foul. And now it is 10-9 in favor of the Bulldogs with Armendariz at the line for the and one. And his and one is up and it is good. 11-9, the Dogs up over the Cats. 3:11 to go here in an exciting, fast-moving first quarter. As Arroyo to the front court, pushes off to Stevens. Wesson comes out to guard him. Stevens needs some help, uses up the dribble. Arroyo comes back on him. Now he's going to direct traffic. Rivero back on the court for the Cats. Sling it over to Herrera, back to Arroyo. Julian with a bad pass. That one is stolen away on the transition. It is Campbell off the turnover. Coast to coast gets the bucket and he's fouled. Bad foul on Elijah Rivero. A little bit of frustration there. Makes it a 13-9 ball game with the and one to come from Campbell. So the push on Rivero, fourth team foul on Lovington. So Campbell for three the old-fashioned way. Is DeMarcus Thompson going to check in? Cale Covington going to get a breather. So Campbell at the line to try and put the Bulldogs up by 5 would be their biggest lead of the ball game. So Campbell at the line. Puts the right foot on the stripe. Bends the knees, eyes it, skies it, and it is up and good. As Kincaid will check back into the ball game, he'll come in for Hammond. So Coach Mondragon going with a bit of a Twin Towers look. As Pondo and Covington back out on the floor. As Stevens and Herrera take a seat. Thompson, Arroyo, Pondo, Covington, and Rivero on the floor for the Wildcats. Julian runs the point, pushing it over to Micah. He works against Kincaid. Step back three on the way. That one is off the mark. Nobody there but Charlie Campbell to rebound it. Campbell turns on the Jets. He will come back into the front court, works against Rivero, uses up the dribble to Wesson, deep left corner. Three ball on the way. That one is off the mark. Campbell trying to save it, saves it into traffic and into the hands of Julian Arroyo. Arroyo comes the other way. He'll push it underneath, trying to get it to Covington. One pass too many. Third turnover for the Cats. Back the other way. Hammond stripped from behind, but he's going to be fouled by Arroyo. Julian's first personal, fifth team foul on the Cats. And that will put the Bulldogs at the line for the rest of the quarter. Back into the ball game will be Nye Estrada. Yeah, we should be shooting, yep, as they buzz them. Yep, it will be two-shot foul. Score table got it. So that will put Artesia at the line with David Hammond. I thought it was Campbell. It'll be Hammond to the line to shoot 2. Artesia leading 14-9. 5-point lead, 2:11 to go here in the first. So Hammond at the line to shoot 2. Artesia in the double bonus for the last 2:11 of this quarter. So Hammond bends the knees, puts up the first, and that one is off the mark. So our score remains at 14-9. Thanks for being with us tonight wherever you are around the world. Second on the way is up, and it is good for Hammond. So now 15-9 is the score as Hammond will check out. Estrada comes back in. Campbell, Estrada, Kincaid, Wesson, and Armendariz on the floor for the Bulldogs. So Julian going to pick it up off the inbound from Thompson. Brings it into the front court, hands it off to Covington. Covington, he goes into the right lane, puts up a little 10-foot floater, no good. And the rebound by Kincaid, his first. Kincaid to Campbell. The Bulldogs going to try and run, and stolen away and out of bounds. Wesson tries to save it. Third turnover for the Bulldogs. Lovington has been stuck on 9 for about 2.5 minutes, and whistles sound, and they're telling Coach Mondragon he has to stay in the coach's box. So a warning to Coach Mondragon, and he's going to come over and bark at the officials. It wouldn't be a Lovington-Artesia game if we didn't have at least 2 technical fouls before the end of this one. So into the front court comes Arroyo as we click down under 2 to go here in the first half. To Pondo. Pondo from the right elbow. Bounce it to Thompson. Back out to Pondo. Left wing 3-ball. Up and bang! Micah Pondo drains the tray. And Lovington breaks the scoring drought and gets back to within 3. 15-12 our score. 90 seconds remaining in the first. Between the rings, it'll be Campbell going to point out where he wants folks to go. Arroyo backs off him about 5 feet. Campbell gets a little screen there from Kincaid, and they are going to call the charge on Campbell. No, they're actually going to call the block foul on Kincaid. Now his first personal. It'll be the 4th team foul on Artesia. It will be their 4th turnover. So give it back to Lovington. The Lovington basketball as Valente Herrera will come back to inbound it. Nope, he checks out. Elijah Rivero back in the game. Diego Wesson back in for Artesia. Comes in for Armendariz. So Thompson to inbound it. From the backcourt in front of the student section. On the far sideline, it'll be Arroyo to Thompson. He'll take it into the left lane, puts it up off the glass, no good, and then over the back, Kincaid with the rebound. He'll push it forward to Campbell. Campbell weaves through. He dribbles, loses it off of his foot, and then off the hands of Watkins. 5th turnover for Artesia. So give it back to the Cats. 1 minute remaining in a fast-moving first quarter. Arroyo to the front court. Lovington trails by 3. Push it over to Pondo. Then right back to Arroyo, left wing. His 3-ball is up. That one off the mark. It'll be Thompson with the rebound. The reverse layup, no good. And Kincaid with that rebound. Thompson wanted the foul, thought he got bumped. Push it forward and off the hands of a leaping Rivero and Pondo. They were trying to get Watkins going to the back baseline on the left side. Out of bounds. 37 seconds to go in the first. Cats still trail by 3. Push it into Wesson. Pondo gets to him quickly. Over to Campbell. Arroyo picks him up as the 2 threes go at it. To Estrada, deep right corner. Back out to Campbell. 29 seconds to go in the first. Coach Mondragon telling them what they want to do. They'll throw the high inlet pass to Kincaid. He's going to be hard to stop if he can get that positioning all night. 17-12. 5-point lead with 14 seconds to go in the first quarter. Cats trailing. Get it over to Cale. Covington will take it in and dunk it home. Phi Slamma Jamma for Covington, and at the buzzer, the 3 up and no good. We have played a quarter from here at Wildcat Gym. Lovington trailing Artesia 17-14. Back in a minute. Wildcat basketball continues in a moment.
Lovington Schools proudly supports their athletic teams and wants to encourage all teachers, students, and staff to keep pressing on. Wildcats, you are winners on and off of the court. Lovington Municipal Schools are proud of holding the utmost and highest standards. Go out there and be proud to be part of the Big Blue. For more information on what is happening now at Lovington Schools, log on to lovingtonschools.net and bet you won't be disappointed. Go Big Blue. 3 claps and a woo!
Western States Insurance.
Why choose Western States Insurance as your independent insurance agent? Because Western States Insurance is more than an insurance agency. They're a people agency dedicated to the insurance needs of their customers. Western States Insurance is large enough to provide the products you demand and small enough to offer you personal service.
We've got you covered. Western States Insurance.
Call 396-1318 or go by 212 North Love in Lovington.
And welcome back to Wildcat Gym. First quarter in the books, and the Artesia Bulldogs right now in the lead, 17-14. I'm TJ Miracle. Thanks for being with us tonight, as it'll be Bulldog basketball as we start this second quarter. Hammond, Estrada, Wesson, Watkins, and Kincaid on the floor for the Bulldogs. Pondo, Arroyo, Rivero, Thompson, and Covington on the floor for your Wildcats, trying to get it into the corner for Wesson. That one swatted away by Rivero. So a 3-point Artesia lead, as Wesson will inbound it from just to the right of the Wildcat bench. Tosses it in, back out to Hammond. Hammond going to look over at Coach Mondragon. Who was well out of the coaching box, and I think he got another little warning from the man in stripes there. Push it over to Wesson. Wesson uses it up the dribble to Hammond, to Estrada. Covington on him quickly. They'll have to bounce it back out to Hammond. Hammond to Wesson. Rivero there quickly. Now Artesia going to reset. Watkins thinks about the long three-pointer, thinks better of it. Coach Mondragon telling him move, move, move. Getting the screen from Kincaid. Watkins will wind up in his hands. Back to Hammond. Then now it'll be Watkins to back it up. Artesia going to be very, very patient. We've clicked under 7 minutes to play here in the half. Back out to Wesson. Wesson shake and bake from the free throw line. A little push shot from there. Goes through. And Estrada winds up with the rebound off of the tip and up and in. So Artesia strikes first in the second quarter. The other way, Arroyo for 3. That one is off the mark. Ball loose on the court, and Thompson comes away with his second. Lovington will reset. Toss it out. 5-point Artesia lead, 19-14. To Rivero to Covington. Sling it into Thompson on the left base. His reverse from there, bouncing up, no good. And they will call a foul on the rebound, and it'll be on Lovington. So wipe the rebound off for Pondo. They're going to call the push foul on Thompson, his first personal. First team foul in the quarter on the Wildcats. Of course, the new rule this year, you get 5 team fouls before you're in the bonus now per quarter. Not like it used to be with the 6 in the single bonus, then 10 in the double. In the half, and push it into Estrada. Now back out to Watkins. Right wing for 3. Shot up, no good. Kincaid goes over everybody, and it'll wind up in Watkins' hands off the tip. Turn around, no good, and it'll be Thompson with the rebound, and then he's going to be fouled. As they are going to call the push foul. See for sure who they put that one up on. It'll be on Kincaid, his second personal. First team foul on Artesia in the quarter. 6:11 to go in the first half. It's Kincaid out, Armendariz back in for the Bulldogs. Lovington still has the same starters out on the floor. So Arroyo to the front court, leaves it off to Rivero on the far sideline in front of the student section. Push it out, back to Arroyo, top of the arc, 3-ball fall away, no good, and it'll be Armendariz with his third board of the ball game. Armendariz slings it to Hammond. Artesia back on the O. 5-point lead for the Dogs over the Cats. Hammond directs traffic. And he'll move around. Goes to the right wing in front of the Lovington bench. Now he'll cycle back between the rings. Goes back out towards the timeline. Now he'll take it back to the right wing. Picks up the dribble to Estrada. Swing it over to Wesson in front of the student section, far left side. Back over top of the arc. Watkins long 3, and it's up, and it is good. Jaron Watkins has his second tray of the ball game. And it's now 22-14, an 8-point lead for Artesia, their biggest of the contest. To Pondo, out to Covington. Estrada giving him just a little bit of room out there. 3 minutes gone here in the second period. To Pondo. He works against Watkins. Picks up the dribble, gets that one tipped and tipped away. Fourth turnover for the Wildcats. Watkins comes back, brings it through, and puts up the shot. No good, and they will call the block on Arroyo as both Arroyo and Pondo go to the floor. But Watkins will go to the line for two. They're going to call the block on Pondo. His first personal, second team foul. And are they going to send a timeout? Will be taken by Coach Casey Pack. It's a 30. So we will we'll just keep it right here. Remind you, Wildcat basketball brought to you by our great friends at Western States Insurance. Whether you need home, life, personal, business, auto, Connie and her crew can handle everything you need, all your insurance needs at Western States Insurance. So a big thanks to our friends at Bob's Thriftway, the Jameson family, your local hometown grocery store. Appreciate them being on board for everything we do for Lovington. Davin Energy, proud partners of Wildcat Athletics in the Lovington community. The Lee County Electric Cooperative, keeping the lights on and keeping them affordable for all of northern Lee County. Lovington Auto Supply, Napa Know-How, Stone Oilfield Services, Mr. Stone, WH, and his whole crew. You need oil field stuff done, get it from Stone Oilfield Services. Eunice Pump and Supply. You need the supplies for the oil field? Well, they've got it at Eunice Pump and Supply. Great supporters of all Wildcat athletics, of course, with an office here in Lovington now, too. Watkins will be at the line to shoot two. So Watkins puts up the first and falls off to the side. So a big thanks to First American Bank of Lovington, your local hometown bank. David Campbell, his crew, they handle all your banking needs right there. And, of course, the Lovington schools. Second one up, no good, and it'll be Rivero with the rebound. Thanks to Pam Quinones and Robert Areola, Trey Williams, and the whole Lovington staff for supporting the Wildcat athletes. Now it'll be Stevens into the ballgame, pushing it back out. Arroyo with it, a little head fake. He goes through, puts up a shot, no good, but he is fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot two. Enrique Armendariz, and a T going to be called on Armendariz. So Lovington will get 4 free throws out of this one and get the ball back. And so they are going to call the block on Armendariz, and then they are going to call Armendariz with the T. So he quickly picks up a couple of fouls, and it'll be Arroyo. He'll head to the line basically to shoot 4. And so Coach Mondragon not barking too much. He knows that he doesn't want more T's right now. So Arroyo at the line. He'll shoot the techs. First of the technicals is up, and it is good. Around 22-15, Lovington going to try and chip away at it from the line. 3 team fouls on the board now for Artesia. Good crowd from Artesia behind me. Second on the way for Julian, and he gets them both. So gets both of the techs, makes it 22-16. So now he'll shoot the foul free throws. And it should be Lovington basketball too. Yeah, because Lovington will have possession off of the technical. The Bulldogs are barking behind me, not happy campers with that foul and technical foul. Coach Mondragon barking a little bit, the official. Julian's third is up, and it'll rattle home. So if you can make them pay from the free throw line. And Coach Mondragon get teed up a time or 3. As I have Coach Pack. Second one up, and that one's good. So all 4 of them made by Julian Arroyo. Chops it down to just a 4-point Artesia lead with 4:39 remaining in the first half. And it'll be Wildcat basketball. I believe Coach Mondragon, I think it's his uncle, was the longtime coach at Clarendon. I saw him get teed up a time or 3, too, over the years. So into Covington. And it'll come back to Thompson, over to Arroyo. Hammond comes out on him. Julian, hippity-hop through the paint, tries to get it on the back baseline for Thompson. Too hot to handle for DeMarcus. That'll be the 5th turnover for the Cats. Each team with 5 turnovers here in the first half so far as Estrada into Hammond. Hammond will take it into the front court over the big blue Cat at center court. Work it around to Campbell. Back in the game, Campbell picks up the dribble, needs some help, pushes it back out to Watkins. Watkins to the free throw line, slipping and sliding, thinks about the 3, almost. Got the travel there. Estrada picks up his dribble. Sandwich between two Cats, now out to Wesson. Wesson, crossover, free throw line, spins through the paint, loses the basketball, but right into the hands of Hammond. Hammond will back it up as Artesia will reset. 3:50 remaining first half. 22-18 is the score in favor of the Bulldogs. Getting it over to Wesson, and Wesson touched it before it went out of bounds, and he's barking at the official. Coach Mondragon barking at the official. So tee somebody up, and Coach Mondragon takes the timeout. And he wants to do some more barking. The Boo Birds are out for both teams. Lovington showing the technical sign. Artesia barking and booing. Mondragon not happy as Diego Wesson working on the far side against Elijah Rivero. Rivero knocked it away off of Wesson, and it went out of bounds off Wesson. And Wesson barked a little bit at the official, and now Mondragon out barking. So Artesia taking the timeout. It's Lovington basketball. Or did the head official just overruled? Did he just overrule? I thought he pointed back towards Artesia. Artesia's offensive side. Nope, it'll be Lovington basketball. So, all right. It wouldn't be a Lovington-Artesia game if things didn't get contentious. And on the T count, we've got our first one tonight. So Arroyo going to direct traffic. Comes over to Thompson. Into Stevens with Campbell on him tight. Throw it out to Arroyo. He'll come in against Hammond. Backs off. Right wing. 3-ball. And that one off the mark. Fight for it, and Covington going to get over the back on the foul. His second personal. Third team foul on the Wildcats. So it'll be Artesia basketball with 3:28 to go first half. Bulldogs leading 22-18. So Hammond going to pick up Arroyo just as he crosses the timeline. Julian directing traffic. Push it over to Watkins. Covington out to keep an eye on him right wing. Over to Estrada in the left wing. Back over to Campbell. Underhand to Watkins. Deep right corner. Cale got to him quick. He couldn't pull the trigger on the 3-ball. Back to Campbell. Push it out to Wesson. He'll bring it between the rings as Arroyo out to guard him. Wesson to the free throw line, and they are going to call the travel on Wesson. And Heath basically shows his displeasure. This just has the feeling of somebody else is going to get teed up here before too long, as Armandaris will check in for Hammond. And it'll be Lovington basketball in front of their own bench. Thompson, Arroyo, Stevens, Covington, and Rivero on the floor for the Wildcats. Getting the pick from Covington. Arroyo pushing to Thompson. Now to Stevens. Left corner, 3-ball. That one is off the mark, and they are going to get Cale over the back again. And he's not happy about it. That'll be his third personal. That'll be the fourth team foul on the Wildcats. As Pondo going to come in. Valente Herrera back in too. Pondo in for Stevens. Herrera in for Covington, and it's Bulldog basketball. The whistle's sounding away from everything as Herrera and Armandaris, they're barking at each other a little bit. The two big bulls going at it well away from the basketball. Coach Michael Mondragon arguing still with that official down in front of his own bench. Now Coach Casey Pack is barking at Mondragon and the officials, saying, let's just play basketball here, boys. Now Artesia basketball. Watkins off of the inbound, missing the 3-ball, and it'll be Thompson with the rebound, his fourth. DeMarcus will leave it off for Julian as Artesia drops back in defense. 2.5 remaining here in the first half. Artesia leading 22-18. Thompson to Rivero. Elijah picks up Estrada. Now he'll get it to Thompson, to Pondo. Pondo NBA 3 from in front of the Artesia bench. That one off the mark, and it'll be Estrada. Good position on the rebound. Pardon me, as we click down to the 2-minute mark remaining here in the first half. Campbell to the front court. Gets a pick and a screen both from Armandaris. Picks up his dribble, pushes out to Estrada. Left wing, his 3-ball. That one is going to be short, and Arroyo with the rebound, his second. Julian bounce it to Rivero from the left lane, no good. And attempting the putback with Arroyo. And then he pulls it down, and they're going to call a jump ball as he and Estrada battling, and it'll stay Wildcat basketball. Wow. So again, the Cats faithful and the Bulldogs faithful. I don't think anybody's real happy right now. Rivero gets it in, doesn't get it in. I thought he got it in right at the 5 count. He does not. That'll be the 6th turnover for the Wildcats. So turn it back the other way for the team in black and orange. Ethan Stevens comes back into the ball game for Rivero. 1:44 remaining first half. Artesia 22, Lovington 18. Pace of this one has slowed down considerably as the temperatures and the tempers have risen. And they're going to call Arroyo for the grab foul. So for Julian, his second personal, that will be the 5th team foul on Lovington. And that will put Artesia in the bonus. Bad foul there for Julian. So at the line to shoot 2 will be David Hammond. He's 1 of 2 from the stripe. Long scoring drought for both squads on this one. As Coach Casey Pack telling Arroyo, yeah, bad foul, young man. So at the line is Hammond. First one is up, and it is good. 23-18. Checking into the ball game, Kyler Reeves for the Wildcats. So Hammond at the line made the first. He will eye the second. Bends the knees, puts it up, and gets them both. So now 24-18, 6-point lead for Artesia. Wesson in the backcourt working against Thompson. And, yep, they're going to call the reach on Wesson. His first personal, 4th team foul on the Bulldogs. It is on the floor, stays Lovington basketball. They will be in the bonus on the next one, so Thompson to inbound it from just left of the scorer's table. From my perspective, gets it into Reeves. Reeves bobbles, but he'll get it back out to Arroyo. Julian calls the offense. 1:27 remaining in the half, down by 6 to Pondo. Little 12-foot floater, no good. Micah gets his own rebound, and the putback is up and in. Micah Pondo with 5 points in the ball game. Gets Lovington back to within 4. Push it to Estrada off the jump stop from Hammond. Hammond exactly between the rings. Comes right side, pushes to Wesson in front of the Lovington bench. 1 minute remaining in the half, a 4-point Artesia lead. Back out to Watkins. Crosses over. 3-pointer, top of the arc. That one off the mark. Fight for the rebound. Winds up in the hands of Stevens. Stevens pushes it forward to Arroyo. Arroyo goes in, and they are going to call the charge on Julian. As Hammond got in there and got the feet set, he cemented him. Julian should have known it happened. Ran over him, his 3rd personal. 7th turnover for the Wildcats. And back over to the Bulldogs. Coach Casey Pack puts Arroyo on the bench and says, bad move, young man. Neither team has found a lot of offensive rhythm in this first half. As Hammond to Wesson. Back out to Estrada, push it over to Watkins. Now they're going to work, try and get it into Campbell. His little spin move, no good. Winds up with his own rebound. He'll put up his putback, no good. Wesson with the rebound, and he is going to get fouled. Wesson underneath fighting with Rivero, gets the foul. See who they call it on, and they're going to call the hack on Stevens, Ethan's first personal. So Wesson at the line to shoot 2. Wesson 2 of 2 from the free throw line. He'll put up the first one, and that one rolls around and out. So the score remains 24-22, 28.6 seconds remaining in the half. Artesia up 24-20. Second for Wesson is up. That one off the mark, and it'll be Thompson with his 5th board of the ball game. Rivero to Stevens into the front court. Stevens slides under, gives it off to Thompson, and then he gets poked from behind by Campbell, but it goes off of DeMarcus's foot. 8th turnover for the Wildcats. Under 20 seconds to play in the first half. As Hammond to the front court. Crosses the timeline. Picks up the dribble, gives it to Campbell. Campbell picks up the dribble now to Estrada in the deep left corner. Thompson giving him a little bit of room with 3, with 2, with 1, and no shot at the, oh, they say he got it off at the buzzer, and it is off the mark. So we have played a half from here at Wildcat Gym. Artesia 24, Lovington 20. We'll be back with your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show coming up. Wildcat basketball continues in a moment from the Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports.
Attention shoppers. Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
Devon Energy is proud to support the athletic programs of Lovington High School this season. By partnering with local schools in Lovington, Devon is making an investment in the long-term future of the community. Sports teach discipline, teamwork, and leadership. Skills our youth will use to succeed for a lifetime. From the Devon team to yours, Devon Energy wishes you good luck this season, both on the field and in the classroom. Go Wildcats!
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called Smart. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the Smart Hub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcecnet.com and look for the Smart Hub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with Smart Hub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
It's no secret, at some point you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle is new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that help keeps your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Napa, get up and go.
Stone Oilfield Services says many traffic fatalities may be caused by an intoxicated driver. So do yourself and your community a favor and remember the 3 C's of safety: caution, courtesy, and above all, common sense. Safe and sober driving is everyone's responsibility. That message was from Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington, a name you can trust and depend on. For quality and integrity, call 575-396-1840. From the Stone family and staff at Stone Oilfield Services.
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
And back here at Wildcat Gym, halftime from the opener of the second half. The Cats trail the Dogs 24-20. This is your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show from Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. When you need the Napa Know-How for your car, and trust me, at some point you will, get it from the good folks at Lovington Auto Supply. Lovington Auto Supply and Napa, get up and go. So a 24-20 lead for the Bulldogs here in the first half. Let's take a look at some of the numbers. Leading scorer right now for the Bulldogs, Jaron Watkins with 6 points. Diego Wesson with 5. You got 3 points for Enrique Armendariz, 3 points Charlie Campbell, 3 points David Hammond, then 2 points each for Nye Estrada and Clay Kincaid. Leading rebounder for the Bulldogs, well, they've got 3 with 3 rebounds. That's Campbell, Kincaid, and Armendariz. They only had 14 rebounds collectively as a team in that first half. They go 7 of 12 from the free throw line. 7 turnovers in the first half for Coach Mondragon's squad. They got 17 in the first, 7 in the second. That's how they get to their 24 on the board. Turning the page for the Big Blue Cats. Leading scorer right now is Julian Arroyo. He has 7 in the book. 6 points for Cale Covington. Micah Pondo with 5, then 2 points for Ethan Stevens. That's it for the scoring for the Wildcats. DeMarcus Thompson leading the charge off of the glass. He has 5 rebounds. Julian Arroyo has 4. Yeah, Julian, not normally a rebounder, but has done a nice job there. Cale Covington with 3 rebounds, but is in foul trouble. He had to sit with 3 fouls. Lovington does lead the rebounding battle. They had 16 in that first half, opposed to 14 for Artesia. Lovington goes 4 of 7 from the free throw line, had 8 turnovers in the first half, 14 points in the first quarter, but only 6 in the second. It was a while there. Lovington seemed like they could not buy a bucket. So for your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How keys to the second half, Lovington needs to come out and play their game. Right now, they're kind of playing Artesia's game, and that's not what Lovington does. They're hanging, but they need to find some flow, find some rhythm. That's when Lovington tends to do best, is when they are moving with flow and rhythm, moving fast, moving downhill. Something tells me that, we're going to see more full court press, and we're going to see things get a little wild in that second half. The rhythm leads to the offense. The defense, really, for the most part, has done a nice job. They've kept Kincaid and Armendariz off of the baseline and out of the post, and that's been a good thing. They've had too many opportunities, though, for Watkins, Hammond, and Campbell to get open from beyond the arc, right? And Diego Wesson, too. Right now, Wesson and Watkins, the only ones with three-pointers. But Artesia can shoot the lights out of the gym if they find a little rhythm and start lighting it up. So Lovington, way to stop that is make Artesia play your ball game, play fast, play aggressive, and get out of here with a win and wind up tied for first one game into the second half of the district season. So an exciting one to be sure. We've had one already tonight. The Lovington Lady Cats falling by 5 to Artesia earlier tonight, 45-40. A game of what could have been, you got to think, for the Lady Cats. 26 turnovers in that game, really the difference, but they led most of the game even without their leading scorer, Liz Buendia, out injured. Of course, we certainly hope she'll be back later on before the playoffs for sure, but hey, we'd like to see her back before next Tuesday night in Roswell at Goddard. I can't worry about that just yet. We've still got a half a basketball to play here tonight for the boys as they trail by 4, 24-20, a low-scoring affair here at Wildcat Gym. This has been your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime report from Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. When you need the Napa know-how for your car, and trust me, my friends, you are going to get it from the good folks at Lovington Auto Supply. Proud supporters of the Lovington Wildcats and Lady Cats. Lovington Auto Supply and Napa, get up and go. And we go to the second half right after this. Wildcat basketball continues in a moment on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com.
When it comes to your hard-earned money, selecting the right bank is vital. Hi, I'm David Campbell, president of First American Bank in Lovington. First American Bank in Lovington is part of this community. So bank with trusted partners you know, and trusted partners that are part of this area we call home. First American Bank offers all the advantages big corporate banks do, and we do our banking with hometown support and commitment. Choose First American Bank, 19 West Washington in Lovington. We want to earn your trust, then earn your business.
Lovington Schools proudly supports their athletic teams and wants to encourage all teachers, students, and staff to keep pressing on. Wildcats, you are winners on and off of the court. Lovington Municipal Schools are proud of holding the utmost and highest standards. Go out there and be proud to be part of the Big Blue. For more information on what is happening now at Lovington Schools, log on to lovingtonschools.net and bet you won't be disappointed. Go Big Blue. 3 claps and a woo!
Western States Insurance.
Why choose Western States Insurance as your independent insurance agent? Because Western States Insurance is more than an insurance agency. They're a people agency dedicated to the insurance needs of their customers. Western States Insurance is large enough to provide the products you demand and small enough to offer you personal service.
We've got you covered. Western States Insurance.
Call 396-1318 or go by 212 North Love in Lovington. Attention shoppers. Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
Devon Energy is proud to support the athletic programs of Lovington High School this season By partnering with local schools in Lovington, Devon is making an investment in the long-term future of the community. Sports teach discipline, teamwork, and leadership. Skills our youth will use to succeed for a lifetime. From the Devon team to yours, Devon Energy wishes you good luck this season, both on the field and in the classroom. Go Wildcats! Back here at Wildcat Gym, start of the second half. They'll get it to Watkins, left side, 3 on the way. That one no good, and Pondo reaches out and goes the wingspan and gets his third board of the ball game. 4-point lead for the Bulldogs. Covington goes, spins through the block, puts up the shot, no good, but Thompson is there with the rebound and the putback. First board of the ball game, or rather first points of the ball game for Thompson, his 6th board, and Lovington strikes first in the third. Back to it as Hammond to the front court, takes it over into the right corner, picks up the dribble, pushes out to Wesson, now over to Estrada, left wing, 3 on the way. That one is short, and Pondo with another rebound, 4th for Micah. Pondo pushing it forward to Arroyo. Julian takes it, goes to the high post, uses up the dribble, sidearm sling to Covington. 3 from the right corner for the big boy. No good, and Thompson with the rebound. He'll go back and bounce it home, and we are tied. 24 all to Marcus Thompson, 2 buckets, 2 boards. And we are back in it. This is more what we expect to see from Lovington. Hard-nosed but fast. Watkins works against Rivero, pushing it over to Hammond. Hammond with Arroyo on him, working deep left corner, cycles out to the left wing in front of his own bench. Gets a screen from Watkins, and then he'll run into Arroyo. The Wildcat faithful won the call there. Estrada, no look pass to Wesson, deep right corner. That one off the mark, and the rebound by Rivero. Elijah's second. Leaving it off for Julian. Arroyo to the front court. He'll take it hard into the right lane, puts up the shot, and count the bucket and the foul. Julian Arroyo steams through and puts Lovington up, and he'll draw the foul on Hammond. Yep, that'll be on Hammond, his 2nd personal, 1st team foul on Artesia. So Julian at the line for 3 the old-fashioned way, and timeout taken by Coach Mondragon. And it will be a full timeout. So before the free throws, Mondragon wants to talk about it. Lovington 26, Artesia 24. We're back in 30 seconds. Wildcat basketball continues in a moment.
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called Smart Hub. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime, with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the Smart Hub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcecnet.com and look for the Smart Hub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with Smart Hub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
Back here at Wildcat Gym, Artesia taking the timeout as Lovington has come out and played like they want to play here in the early parts of the third quarter. So Coach Mondragon going to try and ice Julian Arroyo, who's going to the line for the and one. Lovington on a 6-0 run to start the quarter and are now up 26-24. I'm TJ Miracle, Don Morgan on assignment tonight. Tiff and Evie Stuber at One Radio Square, keeping an eye and an ear on everything. And the crew from Gomez Pro AV running our video tech stuff tonight. And the and one on the way for Julian, and rattle it home. 27-24, Lovington in the lead. They'll drop back in defense. The inbound will come from Charlie Campbell, who just checked into the ball game for the Bulldogs. To Hammond, who brings it across the timeline. And a whistle away from the basketball as they're going to get a block on Rivero. Coach Casey Pack not happy about it. And they call actually a hold on Elijah, his 2nd personal. 1st team foul on the Cats. It is on the floor. Lovington cannot afford to let this one kind of get ticky-tacky. They need to play fast. To the front court, Hammond to Watkins in front of the Artesia bench near side. Left from my perspective. Back out to Campbell, goes behind the back, bobbles the basketball, goes to the right block, puts up the 12-footer, and it rolls home for Campbell. He's got 5. Artesia back to within 1. Arroyo to the right baseline. Covington, and they call the charge. They are going to call the charge on Julian Arroyo, his 4th personal, 2nd team foul, 9th turnover for the Cats. Yikes. Julian going to need to sit here with, that takes part of the spark plug off of the Wildcats. Just leave him out there, see what happens. Campbell works against Arroyo, pushes off, no call. Hammond to Watkins. Back out to Hammond. There's Campbell going to come over and take the basketball with 5.5 to go. Lovington up by 1. Back to Hammond. He works against Arroyo, puts the hands up, sling it over to Wesson, who corrals it on the far right sideline. Backs it back up. He works against Pondo. Goes into the low post, tries to get Kincaid coming off the back baseline, and not quite where he thought it was going to be. It'll be a turnover for the Bulldogs. They're 8th of the ball game. Well, back to Lovington's hands as the two teams basically trade turnovers. Backcourt pressure, Campbell. They get it to Rivero to Covington. Covington pushing it to Pondo. Deep right corner, 3-ball on the way. That one is off the mark. Fight for it, and it'll be Wesson with the rebound, his third. 5 minutes remaining in the third. Push it forward to Campbell. Campbell step back 3 from the right wing. That one off the mark, and Cale with the rebound, his fourth. Need to keep him out there, and the Arroyo's out there with 4 personals. Got to be careful if you're Julian. Arroyo just going to keep it around the timeline. Now comes over to the near side. Hammond will pick him up, uses up the dribble, bouncing it in, and swatted away by Campbell, who falls into the Lovington bench. Dangerous pass there for Covington. Lovington needs to pick the pace and the intensity back up. Nye Estrada checks in for the Bulldogs. He'll come in for Hammond. Thompson, Arroyo, Rivero, Pondo. Covington on the floor for the Cats. Kincaid, Wesson, Estrada, Campbell, and a 3 on the way. Bang for Arroyo. Julian Arroyo with the 3-ball. He's got 13 in the ball game. Lovington up 30-26. Just like they drew that one up. 4:20 remaining in the third. Cats 30, Dogs 26. Campbell takes it in to Wesson, deep right corner. 3 the other way. That's good. Diego Wesson got him open. He's got 8 in the ball game. It's back to a 1-point game. Arroyo now for 3 left side. That one no good. And Kincaid all by himself for the board, but then stolen away by Pondo, who leans in, shot up, no good. And they're going to call a floor foul. So did they get the turnover or was it the foul? And they are going to call the block foul on Wesson. His second personal, second team foul, and it will be the 9th turnover for Artesia. So Lovington basketball as Armandatus will check back in for Artesia. He's going to come in for Kincaid. Thompson, Arroyo, Pondo. Stevens in for Lovington and Covington. Thompson pushes into Cale. Estrada gets to him quickly. Right back to DeMarcus. He'll take it against Armandatus and put up a little 7-foot floater, and it's good. DeMarcus Thompson with 6 points in the quarter. And a whistle sounds and timeout taken by Coach Casey Pack. 3:51 remaining in the third. Lovington 32, Artesia 29. We're back in 30 seconds. Wildcat basketball continues in a moment on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com.
It's no secret, at some point you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle is new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that help keeps your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Napa, get up and go.
Back here in Wildcat Gym, it'll be Bulldog basketball out of the Wildcats timeout. I'm TJ Miracle. Great to have you along tonight. 32-29 is the score. Wildcats in the lead. Trying to force a tie for first atop the district race. With 2 games remaining after tonight. Campbell to the front court, gives it to Wesson. Wesson tosses into the right elbow to Watkins, trying to get it underneath to Armandatus and knocked away by Covington. Cale got the hand on it. JoJo Perez going to check in for Pondo, seeing his first action of the evening. The freshman for the Wildcats, the freshman guard. So Watkins looks to get it in, does right at the 5 count to Estrada in the left corner. Deep left corner, back to Watkins. JoJo picks him up. He'll stay with him, comes out towards center court as they hand it off to Campbell. 3:23 to go in the third, a 3-point Lovington lead. Campbell to the right block, turnaround from 12. That one off the mark, and Covington has his 5th board of the ball game. Covington keeps it himself, takes it into the offensive zone. Hippity hop through the lane, loses the basketball. It is loose on the court and into the hands of Estrada. 10th turnover for the Wildcats. Now they drop back in defense. Campbell with it to the left elbow, cycles out to the left wing. Long cross-court pass almost knocked away by Arroyo, and that's it for Julian. He got Estrada, bumped him. Julian Arroyo fouls out of the ball game in the third. He's going to finish up the game with 13 points, 4 rebounds, but Lovington's leading scorer is now out of the game as he goes over and shakes the hand of Coach Mondragon and then comes back to the bench, gets a hug from Coach Casey Pack. So now the Cats going to have to do it without their leading scorer. Yowza. Ethan Stevens will go in his place. 2:51 to go. 3-point Lovington lead here in the third. To Estrada, top of the arc. 3 on the way, and it's good, and we're tied. Nye Estrada, 5 in the ball game, ties it up at 32. Back the other way to Covington. Kale underneath to the right baseline, and it'll be Marquez who gets hammered by Armandatis, who's barking at the official. Armandatis, you've already got a technical on you, young man. You don't need another one. His third personal, third team foul on Artesia, and Anson Marquez to the line to shoot 2. 32 all with 2.5 to go in the third. Big crowd on hand tonight for this one at Wildcat Gym. Marquez puts up the first, and it is off the mark, no good. So we are still tied at 32 apiece. Anson's first time out. Now Valente Herrera will come in for DeMarcus Thompson, who's going to take a breather. DeMarcus at the line, missing the first. Eyes the second. Anson puts it up, and that one is off the mark, and it'll be Estrada with his third board of the ball game. Estrada tosses it over near side. That'll be Hammond back in the ball game. Hammond works against Perez, back to Estrada. 32 all with 2:24 remaining in the third. You're just joining us. Julian Arroyo fouling out of the game about a minute ago. Till Watkins thinks about the NBA three. Now he's going to back it up as Marquez gets to him quickly. Back to Campbell, and he'll runner. Get the little runner from about 5 up and in. Artesia back up by 2. Throw it to Stevens, and he'll fall away from the right baseline, and Ethan is up and in. 4 points for Stevens, ties it back up. Back down, Campbell goes behind the back, picks up the dribble. Gives it off, that is Hammond. Perez gives him a couple of feet of space with 1:45 to go in the third, all tied at 34. Hammond gets the pick from Estrada, hands it off to Watkins. As Watkins will come to the left elbow, sling it over to Campbell in the left corner. Ethan picks him up quickly, trying to get it to Armandatis on the left base. Now top of the arc, 3 on the way. Watkins again. That one is off the mark. Ball loose on the court, still loose on the court, and Estrada winds up with it after the free-for-all. Back to Hammond, who was already dropping back in defense. Pardon me. 1:15 remaining in the third, all tied at 34. Little push, no call. Campbell with it, now a whistle. Are they going to get Stevens for the push? Yep, I think they are. Yep, they are. So Ethan's second personal. Just the third team foul on the Wildcats. It is on the floor. All tied at 34, 1:09 remaining in the quarter. Push it into Armandatis in the right block, and he'll turn around, shoot. No good. He's fouled. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. I think they're going to get Valente on that one. No, actually, they are going to get JoJo Perez. JoJo's probably the smallest guy on the court, going against arguably the biggest. He and Valente pretty close. So it'll be Armandatis at the line, misses the first. So we are still tied at 34 apiece. 1:06 remaining in the third. Cats and the Dogs continue to battle. Second for Armandatis is up and good. Now Artesia 35, Lovington 34. Perez, Thompson, Stevens, Marquez, and Covington on the floor for your Wildcats. It'll be full court pressure time for the Bulldogs. Into Perez, back to Thompson, back to Perez. JoJo picks up the dribble, still in the backcourt. Bad pass stolen away by Campbell, and he'll take it up and in. That's what they did to us at their place a couple of weeks ago. You got to break that press. Thompson into the front court, a 3-point Artesia lead. Thompson splits through 2 Bulldogs, and they're going to whistle the foul. They're going to get the hold on Campbell, his first personal. 4th team foul on the Bulldogs. Well, it'll stay Lovington basketball. They'll have it in the front court. I think Lovington should pick up the defensive intensity, kind of like we're seeing Artesia here now. So they'll pull the trigger into Covington on the far sideline. Works against Estrada, takes it left baseline. Tosses out to Perez. Little head fake. Now he goes into the left lane off the glass and count the bucket and the foul. Yes, sir, as the Fab freshman gets Lovington back to within a point, and he heads to the line for three the old-fashioned way. They'll call Campbell for his second personal. And at the line will be Perez for the and one, and to tie this one up with 33 seconds remaining in the quarter. Perez up, and the and one is no good, and it'll be Estrada with his fifth board of the ballgame, but stolen away by Thompson. DeMarcus on the fall away, not going to fall, and the ball tipped out by the Wildcats. Stevens was there fighting for it with Estrada, tipped it away. After the Cats force the 10th turnover on the Dogs. 23 seconds remaining in the third quarter. A 1-point Artesia lead. To the front court, Campbell pushes to Watkins in front of the Artesia bench. Working the left side. Back out to Estrada. Stevens will pick him up, then give it off to Hammond. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Get on him quickly. Stevens works against Campbell. Fall away at the buzzer and out of bounds. No good. And we head to the fourth. We have got a ball game here at Wildcat Gym. Artesia 37, Lovington 36. We're back in a minute for the fourth quarter. Wildcat basketball continues in a moment.
Stone Oilfield Services says many traffic fatalities may be caused by an intoxicated driver. So do yourself and your community a favor and remember the 3 C's of safety: caution, courtesy, and above all, common sense. Safe and sober driving is everyone's responsibility. That message was from Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington, a name you can trust and depend on. For quality and integrity, call 575-396-1840. From the Stone family and staff at Stone Oilfield Services.
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
Back here at Wildcat Gym, we have got a good one for you, the Cats and the Dogs. As we go to the fourth quarter, Wildcat basketball, Lovington trails by 1, 37-36. I'm TJ Miracle. Great to have you with us tonight. Lovington Sports YouTube channel, HobbsAmerica.com, and on the Z94 KZOR Facebook page. To the front court with Stevens as we start the fourth quarter. Slips and slides, but pushes it out before he travels. Gets it to Perez, to Covington, to Marquez on the right baseline. Then he'll come around, a little turnaround from 5 and tipped out. And wow, last touch by Marquez. Looked like Estrada got it last from where I sit, but I'm not right there on top of it. So Artesia basketball, 15 seconds gone here in the fourth. If you're just joining us, Lovington is without the services of Julian Arroyo. He fouled out in the third. Throw the fastball underneath and stolen away by DeMarcus Thompson. 11th turnover, feed it forward, break the pressure with Covington. Covington to the left base, puts up a shot, no good, and the rebound made by Hammond, his first. Lovington needs to pick the pace up just a little bit. As Hammond backs it up between the rings, going to look over at Coach Mondragon. Tells him what he wants to run. He tells his guys, start moving, start moving. Sling it over to Estrada, then to Watkins in the deep right corner. He slides out, thinks about the three, but pushes it off to Estrada instead. So now Artesia going to reset. 1 minute gone here in the fourth. A 1-point Artesia lead. Lovington can come back and win this one. They will be tied atop the district. To Estrada. He works against Stevens, trying to get it into Kincaid, tipped away and into the hands of Cale Covington. Covington keeps it himself. Spin move, goes to the left base, goes to the rack and up and in. Cale Covington, 8 points in the ball game. And Lovington retakes the lead and back the other way, and a block foul going to be called on Marquez. As charging down was Wesson. Lovington wanted the charge. We hadn't managed to get one all night. They're going to call the block foul on Marquez, his first personal, first team foul in the quarter on the Cats, and Wesson back to the line where he is 2 of 4. Wesson puts up the first one and clanks off the front of the iron, no good. Both teams having their trouble from the free throw line tonight. Lovington, 5 of 11. Artesia now 8 of 15 and 8 of 16. And the rebound by Thompson. That'll be his 8th. To Stevens. Picks up the dribble. Bounce it back out to Perez. To Covington. Covington, he takes it into the left block. Fall away from 5 off the glass. No good. Marquez there with the rebound. That one's no good. And it'll finally be Kincaid who comes away with it. So a whistle sounds and a foul going to be called on the Wildcats coming back down. They're going to call the block foul on Marcus Thompson, his second personal, second team foul of the 4th on the Bulldogs. Micah Pondo comes back into the game. For the Wildcats, Perez, Pondo, Stevens, Covington, and Thompson on the floor for the Cats. Kincaid, Estrada, Wesson, Watkins, and Campbell on the floor for the Dogs. Estrada to Campbell, right wing, 3 on the way. That one is short, and JoJo with the rebound. Freshman's first, gets it forward to Stevens, who corrals it, gets it off to JoJo. Spin move, then back out. Get it to Covington, flip it over to Pondo. NBA 3, left wing. That one is off the mark, and the rebound by Watkins. So Watkins will keep it himself, spins away from pressure and brings it into the front court. And timeout taken by Coach Michael Mondragon. 5:38 remaining in the ball game. Lovington leading Artesia 38-37. We'll just keep it right here. Say a big thank you to our friends at Western States Insurance, the Lovington Schools, First American Bank of Lovington, Stone Oilfield Services, Eunice Pump and Supply, Lovington Auto, Lee County Electric Cooperative, Bob's Thriftway, and Devon Energy, making Wildcat basketball possible. Of course, we bring it to you free of charge thanks to those great sponsors there at the bottom of your screen and that you hear their ads. Be sure you support those businesses that support our kids here in Lovington. Yeah, but because of those folks, we don't have to charge you $13 a game like so many school districts are doing now. Or ask you for donations like too many quote-unquote broadcasters are doing now. We don't have to do that, and we never would. Proud to bring you these games here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com. The back and forth affair continues. Lovington now up 38-37 out of the Artesia timeout. Watkins with the basketball over to Wesson. Back to Watkins. Push it into the corner. Estrada back out. And Perez with Watkins on him. And Perez picks the pocket as the pesky freshman comes away with the basketball. Give it to Covington. Pushing it to Rivero. To Perez. He'll cycle it back out. Toss it over to Pondo. Keep your foot on the gas if you're the Wildcats. To Thompson into the low post, and he is blocked by Watkins, but Watkins gets arm, his second personal. First team foul, and DeMarcus heads to the line to shoot 2. If you're just joining us, though, Julian Arroyo fouling out in the third. He finished up with 13 points and 4 boards. So Lovington without their leading scorer going into the fourth, trying to mount the come-from-behind victory. Thompson at the line, puts up the first, and it is good for DeMarcus. 39-37. Lovington trying to get it out to a full possession lead. DeMarcus looks at the second, puts it up, and that one is in and out. It'll be Estrada with the rebound, his 6th. Push it forward, get it to Wesson. Wesson to the right baseline, tossing it over to Estrada. Little 10-footer with the right hand is up and in for Estrada. He's got 7, and we're tied at 39 apiece. Out of the pressure, Covington trying to get it underneath to Rivero, but knocked away by Kincaid. It'll stay Lovington basketball on the baseline. 4:50 remaining in regulation. Pondo comes over to toss it in from the baseline between the G and the T on Lovington. The high inlet to Covington in the high post. He'll turn around, bank it off the glass and home. Cale Covington with 10 in the ball game. Lovington back up 41-39. Toss it into the deep right corner. Wesson for 3. That one is in and out, no good, but Kincaid is there with the rebound, and his putback is good. And the back and forth affair continues. 41 all, backcourt pressure. Bounce it over to Covington. He'll get it into the front court. Turns on the Jets. Picks up the dribble. Long cross-court pass to Perez. Right wing for 3, and bang! JoJo Perez drains the 3-ball. Treby in, JoJo. Back down with Wesson. Artesia not wasting any time. Estrada to Watkins for 3 the other way, and it is up and good. Watkins with 9 in the ball game, and the back and forth continues. To Thompson through the left lane, goes up, and he is going to be blocked by Kincaid off the glass and into the hands of Campbell. Campbell to Wesson, over to Watkins. He'll step over, then toss it out top of the arc. As Campbell thinks about the three, instead he goes into the right lane and kisses it off the glass home. 11 points for Campbell, 46-44. Artesia back up to the right baseline, and another block. Covington with it, and he is fouled by Kincaid. His third personal, second team foul, and Covington heads to the line for the first time to try and tie this one up. So the third personal on Kincaid as Armendariz waits to check back in. Cale Covington at the line, puts up the first, it is good. Lovington back to within a point as Kincaid and Watkins check out. Hammond and Armendariz check in. Stevens back in for the Wildcats. So Covington got the first one. He'll eye the second one after the substitutions. Cale at the line, the second one is up, that's no good, and it'll be Thompson with the rebound though, his 9th of the ball game. Thompson to Covington, back to Thompson, left corner, 3 on the way, that one is off the mark, and out of the tip, it'll be Estrada with the rebound, he's got 7 of them. 46-45, Bulldogs in the lead, 3:15 to go in the contest. Sling it over. And it to Armendariz on the left baseline, and up and in for Enrique Armendariz. 3-point lead for the Bulldogs. The back and forth continues. Covington, little hesitation, moved a little push from the right side, no good, and the ball will go out of bounds. And Thompson touching it last, they're saying. Covington asking, what have I got to do to get a foul? Coach Casey Pack smartly, I think, takes Cale out before he says something where the official might be able to hear him. As Armendariz and Herrera pushing and shoving on each other as they come back down the court. Hope that's friendly. So back down come the Bulldogs up by 3, 48-45. Push it over, get it to Campbell, back to Hammond. On him is Perez. He throws the fastball underneath to Armendariz, and he gets the bucket and the foul, and he slams the chest as he gets the foul on Herrera, his third personal, third team foul on Lovington. And now a 5-point lead with Armendariz at the line for the and one. Armendariz 2 of 3 from the stripe. Covington comes in for Herrera. They're going to try and shut down the bulk of Armendariz. He's gotten 2 straight from the left baseline. And one is up, and Armendariz gets it to go. 51-45, 6-point lead to Pondo in the front court with 2.5 minutes to go. Micah takes it, hippity hop through the lane, loses the basketball on the court. It is loose, and it'll go into the hands of Artesia and Campbell. 2:20 to go. Lovington reaches in, tries to get it away from Campbell to Hammond. To Watkins, back in the ball game, back out to Hammond. JoJo pokes at it, gets it away, it'll go out of bounds, but it'll be off of Perez last. 2:12 to go, and Coach Casey Pack gonna take the timeout. 2:12 remaining in the ball game. Artesia 51, Lovington 45. We are back in a minute. Wildcat basketball continues on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com.
When it comes to your hard-earned money, selecting the right bank is vital. Hi, I'm David Campbell, president of First American Bank in Lovington. First American Bank in Lovington is part of this community, so bank with trusted partners you know, and trusted partners that are part of this area we call home. First American Bank offers all the advantages big corporate banks do, and we do our banking with hometown support and commitment. Choose First American Bank, 19 West Washington in Lovington. We want to earn your trust, then earn your business.
Lovington Schools proudly supports their athletic teams and wants to encourage all teachers, students, and staff to keep pressing on. Wildcats, you are winners on and off of the court. Lovington Municipal Schools are proud of holding the utmost and highest standards. Go out there and be proud to be part of the Big Blue. For more information on what is happening now at Lovington Schools, log on to lovingtonschools.net and bet you won't be disappointed. Go Big Blue. 3 claps and a woo!
Back here at Wildcat Gym out of the Lovington timeout, Artesia basketball. The Dogs lead the Cats by 6, 51-45. Into the backcourt, Hammond will take the inbound. Perez will pick him up as he crosses the timeline. Hammond going to back it up. 2 minutes remaining in regulation. Over to Wesson. Pondo on him. Wesson going to back it up. Pondo swipes at the ball. A push off, no call. Then over to Hammond. Hammond works against Perez. Some point Lovington's going to have to start thinking about fouling. 1:45 to go, and it'll be a foul on Pondo against Wesson. For Pondo, his second personal. That's the 4th team foul. So Artesia just going to try and run things out here. Lovington, they want to maintain time. Are going to have to try and make this a free throw shooting contest. All the way into the backcourt, pushed in by Watkins. To Hammond. He works against Perez into the front court. 1:40 remaining in the ballgame. A 6-point Artesia lead to Wesson. Pondo on him. Wesson drives into the right lane. Puts up a wild shot. No good. It'll be Covington with the rebound. His 7th. Push it forward and try to get it to Stevens and overthrown. 13th turnover for the Wildcats. 90 seconds, just under 90 seconds to go in the ballgame. Nia Estrada checking in. Peyton Hernandez comes in for Lovington. Hernandez, Perez, Stevens, Covington, and Thompson on the floor for the Cats. Estrada gets it into Hammond. He works against Perez. 1:25 remaining. To Estrada, finally putting on some backcourt pressure. They'll break it, get it forward to Wesson. Back to Hammond. 1:19 to go. Perez to Hammond. Perez will steal it away. 14th turnover for Artesia. Push it forward to Hernandez. Hernandez will drive in and count the bucket and the foul. Welcome to the game. Sophomore Peyton Hernandez score the bucket. And now a chance to get the Cats back to within 3. A block foul called on Diego Wesson. His 3rd personal, 4th third-team foul on Artesia. So Peyton Hernandez, welcome to the game, and see if you can get this to a one-possession ball game, young man. 1:08 to go in regulation, and Peyton rattles it home. 51-48, timeout gonna be taken with 1:08 remaining in regulation. As the Wildcats taking the timeout, we'll take it with them. We got a good one. Don't go anywhere. Wildcat basketball continues in just a moment on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel, HobbsAmerica.com, and the Z94 KZOR Facebook page.
Western States Insurance.
Why choose Western States Insurance as your independent insurance agent? Because Western States Insurance is more than an insurance agency. They're a people agency dedicated to the insurance needs of their customers. Western States Insurance is large enough to provide the products you demand and small enough to offer you personal service.
We've got you covered. Western States Insurance.
Call 396-1318 or go by 212 North Love in Lovington.
Out of the Wildcat timeout, back here in Lovington at Wildcat Gym, it'll be Bulldog basketball as the Cats have clawed back to within 3. 51-48 is the score. I'm TJ Miracle. Great to have you with us tonight. Video from our friends at Gomez Pro AV. Tiffany B. Stuber keeping an eye and an ear on things back at One Radio Square. So the Cats need to do what they can to steal this inbound away or get a turnover very quickly. As it comes into Watkins, they try and trap him up. They'll get it back to Estrada. Estrada tossing it into the middle. Campbell with it. Tries to split through 2 Cats. He will. He'll spin, and yep, we'll have a foul. As Campbell run over from behind. They want the flagrant. Not going to get it as Covington and Perez come and pick Campbell up, but he'll go to the line to shoot 2. They're going to whistle the foul on Ethan Stevens, his 3rd personal. So now Artesia will be in the bonus as Charlie Campbell will head to the line to shoot 2. If you're just joining us, Julian Arroyo not available. He fouled out in the 3rd quarter. So that has hampered the Cats a little bit. Just under a minute to go in regulation as Campbell at the line to shoot 2. Puts up the first and gets it to go. That makes it a 2-possession ball game now, 52-48. Hernandez checks out. Micah Pondo checking back in. Thompson, Pondo, Stevens, and Perez all capable of draining the tray. Second on the way for Campbell, and he gets them both. A 5-point lead for Artesia. with 56 seconds to go. Covington with it. He'll take it to the left baseline. The little floater up, no good. Off of the tip, loose on the floor. Hammond will have it. Lovington going to have to foul and foul quickly. Wesson into the front with 45 seconds to go. Lovington tries to trap him up, tossing it to Campbell. Pondo tries to get the foul. He doesn't. Stevens goes over, and finally they will call the foul. Is it going to be on Stevens or is it going to be on Pondo? That's the question. 1-1 or 1-2. And it'll be on Stevens. That'll be his fourth personal. And so Campbell back at the line to try and pretty much put this one out of reach for the Cats. If he can get it to 7, it's a 3-possession ball game with just 36 seconds remaining. Shot up, and it is good. Now it is a full 2 possessions. And I guess technically you can get 7 points in 2 possessions, but it's an awful weird 7. Because you got to make a 3 and get fouled on it, then make the and 1. Second on the way for Campbell. He gets them both. And it is now a 7-point lead, 55-48. 36 seconds to go. Perez to Thompson with 33. Push it over to Stevens. Stevens goes behind the back, loses the basketball. And that'll be turnover number 14 for the Wildcats. Trying to take it right back, and a foul going to be called as Wesson will head to the free throw line. As the dog pound begins barking behind me. And they will call the foul on JoJo Perez, his second personal. Now Diego Wesson to the line to try and put the nails in the coffin. A 7-point lead with 23 seconds to go. So Wesson's first is up. It is no good. So Lovington's hope remains, although it is still a 3-possession ball game. Second on the way, and Wesson misses them both. Thompson will have his 10th rebound of the ball game. DeMarcus get it to Pondo. Pondo, NBA 3, left wing. That one off the mark. Covington with the rebound. Cale goes to the right baseline, and Cale will put it up and in. Covington with the basket, but timeout taken by Coach Casey Pack. His final timeout with 13 seconds to go. I don't know if you got 5 points in 13 seconds, but we'll find out when we return in 1 minute. Wildcat basketball continues in a moment.
Attention shoppers. Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
Devon Energy is proud to support the athletic programs of Lovington High School this season. By partnering with local schools in Lovington, Devon is making an investment in the long-term future of the community. Sports teach discipline, teamwork, and leadership. Skills our youth will use to succeed for a lifetime. From the Devon team to yours, Devon Energy wishes you good luck this season, both on the field and in the classroom. Go Wildcats!
And welcome back to Wildcat Basketball here on Lovington Sports YouTube channel, HobbsAmerica.com. So if you're the Cats, it's pretty easy. You have to intercept the inbound or foul immediately. Those are your only 2 options. Estrada looks to get it in. He will look, underhands it to Campbell, and he's going to immediately be fouled. Lovington wants the jump ball. Yeah, they're not going to get it. They talk about the jump. If it's a jump, it stays Artesia basketball, though. What are they talking about? And they're going to call jump ball. It'll stay Artesia basketball, although it ran 2 seconds off the clock. So now it's the same for the Wildcats. They have to get the inbound or foul instantly. And now it's going to be Coach Mondragon who's going to take the timeout. 55-50, 11.7 remaining in the ballgame. We'll be back as Wildcat basketball continues in a moment.
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called Smart. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime, with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the Smart Hub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcecnet.com and look for the Smart Hub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with Smart Hub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
Back here at Wildcat Gym, it'll be Bulldog basketball out of their timeout. I'm TJ Miracle, 11.7 seconds remaining in the game. Artesia 55, Lovington 50 for the Wildcats. It's the same situation it was a moment ago. You have to get the ball. You have to steal it away on the inbound, intercept it, steal it, do something, or you have to foul immediately. Lovington got what they needed a minute ago. They actually tied the ball up, but the possession arrow was still going the way of Artesia. So they're going to have to do the exact same thing here. Covington, Stevens, Thompson, Perez, and Pondo on the floor for the Wildcats. Estrada, Campbell, Watkins. They'll bounce it in. They'll get it in to Hammond, who will bounce it to Campbell with 9, with 8, with 7, and they can pretty much just dribble it out, and the foul going to be called on Perez. But that'll pretty much do it. His third personal, not that it'll matter. So Charlie Campbell will head to the line to try and put the nails in the coffin with 6.5 seconds remaining in the game. Artesia going to improve to 4-0 in district, drop Lovington to 2-2. Which will just make the final 2 games of the district season all the more important for the Cats. So it'll be Campbell at the line where he is already 5 of 5. Puts it up and gets it to go. So he is 6 of 6, and now it's a 6-point ball game. 2 possessions with 6 seconds to go. Not impossible, but very unlikely. A game of woulda, coulda, shoulda. Second one on the way, and that will be the nail in the coffin as Campbell makes it a 57-50 ball game. Push it to Covington with 4. Cale launches the 3. That one is off of the mark, and Stevens with the rebound at the buzzer, but not going to be enough tonight as Lovington will fall to 14-10 on the season as Artesia winning this one 57-50, our final. We'll be back with your Western States Insurance postgame report right after this. Wildcat basketball continues in a moment.
It's no secret, at some point you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle is new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that help keeps your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Napa, get up and go.
Stone Oilfield Services says many traffic fatalities may be caused by an intoxicated driver. So do yourself and your community a favor and remember the 3 C's of safety: caution, courtesy, and above all, common sense. Safe and sober driving is everyone's responsibility. That message was from Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington, a name you can trust and depend on. For quality and integrity, call 575-396-1840. From the Stone family and staff at Stone Oilfield Services.
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
When it comes to your hard-earned money, selecting the right bank is vital. Hi, I'm David Campbell, president of First American Bank in Lovington. First American Bank in Lovington is part of this community. So bank with trusted partners you know, and trusted partners that are part of this area we call home. First American Bank offers all the advantages big corporate banks do, and we do our banking with hometown support and commitment. Choose First American Bank, 19 West Washington in Lovington. We want to earn your trust, then earn your business.
Lovington Schools proudly supports their athletic teams and wants to encourage all teachers, students, and staff to keep pressing on. Wildcats, you are winners on and off of the court. Lovington Municipal Schools are proud of holding the utmost and highest standards. Go out there and be proud to be part of the Big Blue. For more information on what is happening now at Lovington Schools, log on to lovingtonschools.net and bet you won't be disappointed. Go Big Blue. 3 claps and a woo!
Western States Insurance.
Why choose Western States Insurance as your independent insurance agent? Because Western States Insurance is more than an insurance agency. They're a people agency dedicated to the insurance needs of their customers. Western States Insurance is large enough to provide the products you demand and small enough to offer you personal service.
We've got you covered. Western States Insurance.
Call 396-1318 or go by 212 North Love in Lovington.
And welcome back to your Western States Insurance postgame report. Western States Insurance, go see Connie Severe and her great crew for home, auto, life, personal, business. If it's insurance you need, chances are Connie and the crew at Western States Insurance can take care of you. So a disappointing night tonight for the Wildcats as they fall to the Artesia Bulldogs. 57-50 is the final. Leading scorer tonight for everybody was on Artesia. It was Charlie Campbell coming off the bench for the Bulldogs. He had 17 points. He was the only double-digit scorer tonight for Artesia, but it was enough to take out the Wildcats. The Wildcats in most statistical categories, won this game or were close to it. They won the rebounding battle 31-27. Both teams had 14 turnovers. Lovington had 2 players in double figures, Julian Arroyo, before he fouled out at about halfway through the third quarter. 13 points for Cale Covington, too. But just not enough tonight as we are joined by Coach Casey Pack, Bob Thriftway Coach's Conversation. So let's get you saddled up there, Coach. And all right, can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, well, thanks for coming up tonight. So a tough one, 57-50. So what kind of happened? You guys had stormed back, and then it looked like Artesia just, kind of took you out of your rhythm again there towards the end.
Yeah, they just made more shots than us at the end. I just felt like we, not so much. I thought we settled too much. We needed to get downhill. I mean, we got better guards than that. Get downhill, get the 2 feet, get the layups, get fouls. And we never, at times, we put pressure on them, but at the end we didn't put any pressure. We just settled.
Mm-hmm. Well, and tough to do. What, how big a deal was it coming into that fourth quarter, having Julian out, fouling out in the third, not having him out on the floor? What?
That was a coach's call, and we went to zone, and, honestly, I left him in. I mean, because with him we still had rhythm, and, thought putting in the zone and him, but he picked up that's why you got to sit him on the bench for a while. But it's hard. I mean, it really is. You can do 1 or 2 things because then he's going to set for 3 or 4 minutes and pick, going, cold and might pick up his fourth. So, I rolled the dice, and that one's on me. I mean, I just went in zone and tried to keep him in there longer, and,
Well,
and it backfired.
Some days they work, some days they don't.
Yes.
But, Artesia came out and, they kind of, they controlled the pace a little bit. When you guys controlled it, that's when you came back in. But now you got to put it behind you. You got to worry about trying to secure second in district and maybe getting a little help. So, looking forward to next week. So heading over to Goddard. So kind of the same thing we saw against them a couple of weeks ago. Think we're going to see over at their place.
Yeah, they have a bad mismatch against us. So I don't see. I'm not going to say because that's why we play the game. But
sure.
It's going to be a lot easier than what we've done in the last 5 years. So we've got to take care of business there at Goddard, and then get ready for Portales. So.
Yeah, that's a week from tonight.
Yes.
So just got to put this one behind you. Do you take lessons though out of what happened tonight?
Oh, sure. We had to learn, huge adversity. Kids hung together. Because at times, just on offense we split a little bit, and we got to learn to stay together even a little bit more, trust each other a little bit more. Anytime you lose, that's what people don't understand in life. It's, you learn more from losing than you do winning. So
there is a lot of truth to that.
And we're going to take this and get better and get ready for the next 2 games.
Well, something tells me the next 2 games going to be big ones, and something tells me we may run into these Bulldogs again at some point down the road. I would certainly hope so. Well, Casey, thanks for coming up, taking a little time tonight, and we'll see you We'll see you up in Roswell next week, sir.
All right, bye-bye.
As Coach Casey Pack joining us, our Bob Thriftway Coach's Conversation. A tough loss tonight for the Cats, 57-50. They stormed back, but in the end just came up a little bit short. So 2 losses tonight for the Wildcats and the Lady Cats, 45-40 in the early game, and then 57-50 in the nightcap. And with that, my friends, we will put a wrap on this one. We'll be back with you on Tuesday night from Ground Zero, I believe is what they call the gym there at Roswell Goddard. So we'll be there. Don Morgan will be back with us. We'll be on about 5:15 for your Stonewall Field Services Lady Cat pregame show. Tip-off scheduled for 5:30 from there at Goddard. And then the boys following immediately afterwards. So for the entire crew from Gomez Pro AV, our video techs tonight, for Tiff and Evie in studio back at One Radio Square, keeping an eye and an ear on things. For Don Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle saying so long from Wildcat Gym. This has been an exclusive presentation of New Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports. Good night, everybody. Have a great weekend.